This is 92.3 Free FM. Free FM. New York.
Ron and Fez! Hey!
Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Everybody come see the greatest show. Gather up all juggalos and roll. Down to the ground, get your ass out the way. 'Cause here we come and we springing this spectacle in Indian town. We got freak show. Most people don't like these oddities. Most people would love them a shot at these. If you think it's too good for us, like show freaks, let me know. And I'ma win smack your cheeks. Come on.
Oh, buddies.
Buddies.
It's the Ron and Fez show. Live. A long time coming to hear that song, Fezzy.
It's the Juggalos.
All right, we are the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
We are the brand spanking new night show right here on 92.3 Free FM. Ron and Fez. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Fez Watley.
And we're glad to be here. We'll be with you weeknights 6 to 9 p.m.
And believe it or not, if you've listened to New York radio at any time, I know you're going to know our producer, Black Earl Douglas. You've been in New York radio for how long now, Earl?
17 years.
17 years, still can't use a mic.
Still ran his head right into it. Look at that.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to New York.
Welcome, New York.
Did he just say welcome to New York?
Yes, welcome
To the listeners.
No, yeah, he's telling that to people who actually live here because he feels like he's the unofficial mayor. All right, it is the Ron and Fez show. We have been together for about 10 years as a show. Spent some time at WNEW Talk in New York City before the little debacle.
I think everyone knows what it was, Ronnie. Sex for Sam 3, I believe. St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Which brought all that fun to a stop, but here we are back with O&A again. And by the way, O&A are supposed to be... Now, I don't know whether they're going to be on O'Reilly tonight, but O'Reilly is doing something about the homeless shopping spree. That was on the other day.
Yeah, on the O'Reilly Factor on Fox News tonight at 8 o'clock. I know on his website, I think there's a poll where you can vote that says, have Opie and Anthony gone too far?
Oh, please put down no.
I already voted yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, we should probably make that. Fez was actually part of the homeless shopping spree. Now, if you were listening, was it last Saturday, Fez?
It was this past Saturday at the Short Hills Mall in New Jersey.
There was a little bit of a problem. Fez is a loner. He's a different kind of guy. I can't go through everything to explain everything there is about Fez, but Fez is a little different than most people. Now, you do have a home, supposedly.
Yes, I have a home. There's no even supposedly about it. Yes, I have a very nice, I'd say, fashionable apartment that I live in.
What neighborhood?
It's on Roosevelt Island.
No further questions.
But
no further questions. He does live on Roosevelt Island. If you've ever been over to Roosevelt Island, you've probably only been there once. And if you've ever watched the movie Dark Water, you won't even do that again. That's a little frightening.
Yeah, that was a movie all about, shot on Roosevelt Island, took place on Roosevelt Island, where for some reason, raw sewage, not just raw sewage, haunted raw sewage was flowing through the ceilings of the apartments in Roosevelt Island.
It's a great movie, and in one scene you can see Fez's car. It's so he lives a different kind of lifestyle. So because of that, he was out. I guess you were in the Apple Store a couple of days ago.
Yeah, this was actually a couple weeks back. I was on the Apple Store, just wandering around on Fifth Avenue, the brand new Apple Store there, and just checking out the place. I had never been in there before. Me, I don't like to go out at night, Ronnie.
You're kind of a homeboy.
Exactly. Yeah, I like to stay in the comfort of my home.
Never took a bride.
No, never married. Oddly enough.
Wonder why. And so at this time, normally when you get home at night, you stay home at night. So he goes out this night. He's in the Apple Store. A couple of listeners see him. They recognize him, but they think, well, this guy is too shoveled and confused to be Fez Whatley. It's a homeless guy who looks like Fez. These two listeners, one sheepy, the other ADF, they tried to take a picture of you with the picture phone, thinking, I'll take a picture of this homeless guy who's the spitting image of Fez and send it to Ron and Fez, only to find out that it was you.
Yeah, these two knuckleheads thought they had a coup. We found a homeless guy that looks just like Fez Whatley. Well, Ron, it was me. It was Fez.
And they described you as muttering to yourself, looking disheveled, looking confused. It is how you get sometimes when you're not focused.
Me, I don't see it whatsoever. I thought I looked fine that night. There was nothing wrong with how I was dressed or acting that night.
So as half a gag, I phone up O&A on their show and say to them, hey, is it possible for Fez to join you for the homeless shopping spree? They went gangbusters for it. So you were with, 8, 9 other guys?
Yeah, there was 9 homeless guys on the homeless shopping spree bus. 9 of them, there was red, blue, slow motion, just one after another. I can't tell you how bad that the bus reeked. And now I am somehow lumped in with all of the actual homeless as we head to the mall in New Jersey.
How was that day? Because it was great radio last Saturday.
Ronnie, the homeless, they are exhausting. They're like homeless little toddlers that you take out. They were exhausting, and they don't follow any directions. They haven't bathed in as long as they've been without homes and showers that go along with that.
All right, but as a person that was involved inside, you weren't sitting there from O&A's vantage point, high above it all. You were on the bus. You were shopping with them. Would you say this was a positive experience or a negative experience?
It was an absolute negative experience. There was nothing positive. What positive thing could come out of this?
Well, you're buying clothes for people like yourself.
Not people like me, for the homeless. Yes, and it was just annoying. They don't listen to a word you say, and I'm lumped in with them. All those people that showed up at the Short Hills Mall, they're all just chanting homeless Fez at me.
Right, but see, here's the point. I mean, you're saying the homeless won't listen. One of the reasons that they are homeless is because they can't follow rules. Oh, that's something you got to work slow with.
It's the most advanced case of ADD I've ever seen.
So, okay, so you went out, you did a little shopping, you had fun, you got a lot of great jokes off on O&A. Everybody was very happy with you.
I thought I made the best out of a horrible circumstance.
Right.
I did the best I could.
And you thanked O&A, and everything went great, and you came home all positive, and you're like, oh, man, this is great. I had a great time with O&A. I made a lot of new friends. I can't wait till we start on the station this week. Well, what happens is right away, 1 or 2 days later, and I want to tell you the truth, this happens occasionally with O&A. Some of the little things that they do draws controversy. For whatever reason, Fez.
Yeah, I think I know the reasons.
So, for whatever reasons, these things happen. So, the mayor of Boston, I guess, is bitching about him, right?
Yeah, Mayor Medino.
And I guess a couple homeless people that work with the homeless. I don't know what their job is.
Some of the advocate groups, yeah.
I don't even know what that job would be called. But
homeless helpers.
All right, homeless helpers were also mad at Fez. Well, not Fez, but in particular, but the entire thing. So what ends up eventually happening is that these things make the paper. They end up on the Drudge Report. And I take a look at the Drudge Report one morning when I get up. I read the first article where the mayor is disgusted with Opie and Anthony. I read the next article with some homeless advocate. He's disgusted with the whole thing. Then they have video. And on this video, as I hit this from my house, front page of the Drudge Report. There is what they think is a homeless person being mocked and being picked on. And this person now, this video has shown up on Fox News. It's shown up on MSNBC. But it's not a homeless person. It's Fez Whatley of the Ron and Fez Show.
It's me. It's me in the mall with the homeless people. But are they focusing on any of them? No, they've got the cameras on me. And Ron, it was one of those situations. We had just walked in to Macy's. We were in the cologne department. One of the homeless guys picks up a thing of perfume, squirts it at me. It goes in my eye. So this is the one piece of video they can capture from an entire event? It's me looking homeless with the homeless and now blinded and staggering through Macy's like I am just the most out of it indigent there is.
Now, who took the video of you? Do you know?
I have no idea who was taking that video. I don't remember.
But it was definitely a listener because there was a lot of video and pictures being took all day, right?
Yeah. I mean, everyone had their video cameras. Everyone had camera phones to pick out this 10 seconds worth of video. And for that to make the Drudge Report, it seems almost conspiracy theory. Like everyone is out to get me.
Now, you even said family members saw this?
Yeah, so it's on the Drudge Report. So my brother in Florida sees it. He calls my parents. They see it. They are mortified, Ronnie. And I mean mortified.
They're upset with it because they know, here we are. We thought we raised him well. We thought he was doing okay. And you look like a homeless guy.
Oh, yeah, and it's not like, hey, what happened that they think you're homeless? It's like, are you all right? Is everything okay? Of course, they take Drudge's side. They take the homeless side of this.
So here's what I love about it. If you click on this and you go to YouTube, it's already been watched by over 100,000 people.
Yeah, like 108,000 people now have checked out this video, and people across the country think I'm homeless. You know how popular this YouTube thing got. And you know what? I end up on YouTube the year that it takes off.
Yeah, right.
What's the problem here?
That is true.
This is insane.
All right, here's the other beauty of this. If you go on it and click on this, you will see pictures of Fez, and it says stuff like the outrage is using the homeless as public spectacles instead of respecting their innate humanity. So people that don't know who you are naturally feel like you're being hassled. And it says, that poor man, he looks insane. He's stumbling around talking to himself.
See? And they think that's me. They think that's the real me, Ronnie.
Exploitation is one thing, but intentionally spraying perfume in a homeless man's eyes for a reaction is sickening. That poor man.
It was, I know the whole perfume thing was an accident, but it doesn't look like that. It looks like I'm homeless and being tortured.
And here's the funny thing. It was a homeless guy that sprayed you in the face, right?
Yes.
So really, this is a tax on the homeless on you. All right, now I'm looking up, Fezzy, and I see on the giant screens that we have here, they're showing stuff for O'Reilly later. It was a different homeless guy being shown next to O&A.
Well, thank goodness for that so far, at least in the promo, that I haven't been, promoed on Fox News all day long.
Yeah, that is good.
Thank God for small miracle. You know what? Has my life come to this, where I'm thanking the Lord because I wasn't in a homeless promo for the O'Reilly Factor?
So when you go to YouTube, you see this stuff like people feeling bad for Fez that don't know him, but then other people are writing, Fezzy, love the homeless look. Roosevelt Island is just one step away from actually being homeless.
All right, there's a lot of what you would call indigents on Roosevelt Island, yes.
Another note just says, Whatley has a homeless posse. Fez is now the face of the homeless.
Does this face look homeless? Look at this face, Ronnie. Look at this sweet face.
Then this one, this is kind of sad. It says, look at that pathetic man in the blue knit cap. Poor guy. Must be the best day of his life.
Worse. Substitute worse in there, please.
Hey, William. William, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Hey, buddies.
What do you say?
Well, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, William.
Hey, Fuzzy, I know things are turning around, but, don't feel bad if you're homeless, man. Bad things happen to people.
You can bounce, buddy.
It's about to turn around for you. Just hang in there. It'll be all right.
Thank you very much, William. Fezzy, if anybody can bounce back from this, it's you.
I've already bounced. I was never homeless. In fact, I don't even have to bounce. I'm not round. I'm flat. There's no bounce to me.
866-313-3733. 866-313-3733. It is the Ron and Fez show. If you're just tuning in right now, I'm Ron Bennington. There's Fez Whatley.
Hi, everyone.
Going over the fact that Fez joined O&A last Saturday on a homeless shopping spree and somehow has been mistaken by the national media as being a pathetic homeless man who got sprayed in the eye.
Yeah, once this video was on the Drudge Report, that's where it all started. From there, the next day it was on MSNBC. Then it's on Fox News.
Now, I was talking to John Manelli when I come in today, and thanks so much, John, for bringing us in. He says to me, Ron, is there any way that we could get a promotion going pretty quick? There's a lot of heat on Fez. Would he be interested in bum fights? And I go, bum fights with Fez Whatley?
I am not bum fighting. I will not fight the homeless in the streets of New York. That's not going to happen, John Manelli.
How about you, Fez Whatley, the bad man of the Bowery? Bum fights.
No, I would get killed by the homeless. I don't have any homeless skills to take out on the streets.
How do you know? I saw you shake off that spray in the face.
Yeah, that's all I need, some perfume right in the eye, and I'm gone. And I'm down for the count.
All right, I'm going to put that down immediately. No perfume in any fight. Zero perfume, or else we're out of there. I'll take my bum home. This was also the featured thing on AOL today, Fezzy. AOL's featured videos, and they had it up as hobos, which I haven't even heard that term in a million years.
All right, I'm not homeless, but now I'm offended all of a sudden that I'm being called a hobo. You know I'm not. I've said I'm not homeless, but to call me a hobo is just downright rude.
I would like homeless American.
American on the run is what I am. Just a nightmare. And why is this still going on? I mean, this thing happened last Saturday. I can understand outrage last Saturday if there's going to be any.
Right.
I can understand maybe a Drudge recap on Monday.
Yeah.
All right, now we've moved into Wednesday, and it's not slowing down? The video's not going away?
You know what I like about this, Fez, is maybe we can spin this back positive, and now we call Oprah those people. And look, homeless guy has his own radio show in New York now.
We call Oprah with that, then I'm the next James Fry. 6 months later, I'm going to be sitting on her damn couch getting screamed at. Why did you lie?
You know what? As long as you end up with James Fry's money, I wouldn't care about it. James Fry was sitting there going, yeah, I know, I lied. Let me see. 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. This is great. All right, we're going to be back with more of this. It is the Ron and Fez show. We are very, very excited to be here with you at 92.3 Free FM. It's the Ron and Fez show.
Ron and Fez, weeknights 6 to 9 on Free FM. Free FM. Ron and Fez.
You can communicate telepathically.
It's a new show here on Free FM.
It's the Ron and Fez show, and we are live. This is not a test show. We are the new show here every night of the week, 6 to 9 on 92.3 Free FM. Here's the phone number, 866-313-FREE, 866-313-FREE. Talking about our own Fez Whatley, who was part of the O&A homeless shopping spree, and now has become what Anthony calls you, Fez, the face of the homeless.
Yeah, I don't mind being the face of things. But the face of the homeless, that starts to get to me. That's where I think, you know what? Someone should have been watching out for me, Opie and Anthony, when I was on this homeless shopping spree.
You feel like they let you down?
I was let down. I feel like I was not only let down, but set up as well.
You know what I worry about? This could be, as, you know, the heat starts to catch on, somebody could end up taking you for a ride. You better learn to keep that trap of yours shut, Fezzy.
Well, this had nothing to do with me, really. You were the one, Ron, that called Opie and Anthony and said, hey, could I get Fez in the homeless shopping spree?
I don't know. I just kind of find the whole thing offensive. Tim, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, Timmy.
Hey.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys.
Thank you, my friend.
Hey. Love you guys. Fez.
Yeah, Tim.
Hey, man. You're going against all of us homeless dudes.
Where are you calling from if you're homeless?
It's like Top Cat. He actually is just hooked up to a telephone pole somewhere.
Right now he's having a trash can lid full of fish bones.
Come on now.
Starving. Oh, we got any fish bones over there?
If you're so unhomeless, why don't you give me a free T-shirt?
Yeah, why don't you give him
Give
something,
me a Ron
Fez?
and Fez T-shirt.
Yeah, give him a Fez's homeless T-shirt.
I don't have a Fez's homeless T-shirt.
Oh, they didn't give you those yet.
No.
Tom didn't hook you up with those yet?
That's coming up later on. Fez, you got to start and take care of your homeless brothers out there.
We're not getting Fez's homeless T-shirts, are we?
I believe we know who. We got No Filter Paul on here, and he, I believe, was with you that day, Fez?
Yeah, No Filter Paul was there as part of the homeless shopping spree.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, pal?
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Free FM.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give you some background on how your video ended up on Drudge. I got an email saying that they just posted the articles from the Globe and the Herald on Drudge.
Right.
So I had just finished editing. I had 8 different videos of the homeless shopping spree, including, video of the guys being bought stuff by the public, by them dressing in their new stuff, getting off the bus. And I went up to Drudge, and I sent them all 8 of the videos, and I said, here, you can see from these, nobody was mistreated. These guys were taken care of. And, of course, you know which video they decided to pick.
The pathetic-looking one where the guy gets sprayed in the face and he's bouncing off the walls.
So what you're basically saying is Drudge had 8 different videos to choose from, looked for the most pathetic one, and chose Fez.
Yeah,
chose me.
Absolutely. All 8 of them are up on YouTube. You can search with, Opie and Anthony, or you can just search with Fez, and you'll find the 2 that feature you, of which this would be one.
You limey bastard. Why in the world would you send video of me into the Drudge Report?
Hey, Paul, how come nobody from any of these, like Fox News or MSNBC owes you any money?
Well, that's a good question. I actually sent an email into Fox to ask, what if they ask permission. I don't. Maybe one of the rules on YouTube, once you post your video on there or on Break.com or on OpieandAnthony.com or any of those sites,
right?
Maybe you're consenting to, anyone can take whatever they like.
I would not mind getting this up on like some kind of America's Funniest Home Videos. Let's see what happens when this homeless guy gets sprayed in the face.
No Filter Paul, I'll give you a shilling or a 6 pence, whatever it is, for you to destroy all these things.
Fez, that's $800 American money.
What?
We'll let Mr. Bennington decide about that.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Okay, guys, have a good show.
Take care, my friend. All right, 866-313-FREE, 866-313-FREE. It is the Ron and Fez Show. We're the new night show here in New York City, and we're going to have a lot of fun with you. Here is, look who it is, Fezzy. It's the Blowhard. How you doing, Blowhard?
Now TV is obsolete once again from 6 to 9. Welcome back to the Big Apple, guys.
Oh, what a blowhard this guy is.
Boy, I tell you, he can blow this one.
Yeah, he goes.
You guys are the Leo Gorsey and Hunts Hall of radio. God bless.
All right, I call Hunts Hall.
I guess I'm Gorski or whatever it was.
Leo Gorsey. Anyway, Fezzy.
Yes.
You're in heavy rotation, not only in this country, but I got a call from a cousin of mine, cousin Olaf, who's vacationing for the holidays in Norway. You've made the Norwegian news television network.
How come every time O&A do something stupid, it's not local news, it has to get thrown out worldwide?
Yeah, it has to make its rounds across the globe.
And it's in a bleeding heart country, socialist country like Norway, where they're portraying you as being an abused victim getting sprayed in the face. And my question is this, Fez. Why didn't you shave, and why did you wear that $2.99 hat?
That is the way he dresses on the weekends. It really is.
That is my normal wintertime cap that I wear. I didn't go out of the ordinary. I have a natural beard.
It's almost as if you were trying to, deceive the public with that look.
You know what I'm going to do, Earl? I'm going to give you $500. Take Fezzy out for some Rockaware. I don't know where you got to do some Sean John. Where do you take the kids nowadays? Fat Farm. Where do you take guys like him?
Oh, that's just mean. I'm not that big.
No, it is. It's actually FAT. Farm.
Come on, Fez. Meet me at the Big and Tall.
No sense in him going down the tall wing. That's a waste of time.
We're going to the Husky section.
All right. Seriously, this is overseas now, Blowhard?
I got to report an email that your friend from the radio, Fez, because they're big Opie and Anthony, Ron and Fez fans.
Right.
My cousin, he's there for Christmas, and he said he saw it on the Norwegian news, but they were just talking about how the homeless are being treated cruelly in New York City this time of year, and they had the same clip that's been on Fox News, it's been on MSNBC, it's everywhere. Headline news.
This is ridiculous.
It's beyond insane. I'm going to end up getting some sort of trip offered to me by the King of Norway. to, go there and end up being the guest of the king, Olaf or whatever his name is.
You might end up taking over that place, Fez. You might be doing very well for yourself.
They'll be freaked. I'll show up there with some sort of tan.
Just, show them that you've learned how to drive, that you're brushing your teeth now. Every little thing that you do from this point on, everybody's going to be thrilled with. Oh, look, he's not drunk tonight. He's made his bed. And you'll be getting the kind of excitement and the kind of love that you've always wanted from your mother.
Yeah, and as soon as they find out I have an address, people are going to turn on me yet again.
Scotty, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hi. Great to hear you on the radio again. It's just made a reason to live here.
Thank you, my friend.
I was curious. The early pictures on the videos, it looks like Fezzi's coat is very close to his body. Then later on in the videos, he's got like all bulked up, like he's been kind of taking advantage of the situation. Do you have any reason why that was happening?
He basically looks like Fagin from Oliver. He's got gloves with the fingertips cut out, and he's telling the kids you got to pick a pocket or two.
I wouldn't mind working with some orphan boys. That would be no problem.
Well, you're not allowed to. And you know why, and I'm not going to bring it up on the radio. This is a fresh start from you.
Right.
Nobody needs to know about your past. Matter of fact, homeless is one of the least despicable things about you.
Yeah, this is my new start. Homeless on the streets. This is my reputation, Ron.
Starting from scratch, buddy. I love it. Work your way up.
I'm from the streets and into 92.3 free. Can't believe it.
Jerry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys, I'm so glad to hear you back on terrestrial radio.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah, it's great to be back.
I got a chance to call in to express my disappointment on the last day when you left WNEW. I got a chance to call in your first day back, and being the holidays and all, Fezzy, I want to offer you. I got a garage apartment here in Jersey.
Nice.
I have heat, but you can have it for free.
Who do I look like, Fonzie? I'm going to go live above you, the Cunninghams?
You got a garden apartment in the Garden State. What more do you want?
I want people to quit calling me homeless. That's what I would like to get out of this.
It's the Ron and Homeless Fez Show, 92.3 Free FM. Very, very excited to be back in New York. Earl Douglas, how's the new studio working out for us?
I absolutely love the studio.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Just beautifully, it's spacious, and I'm thrilled to death to be back on.
I looked over there. I thought Quivers was back.
You know, I'm going to tell you right now, nobody expected you back in radio.
Yeah.
You drove NEW through each bad phase of their career. The day you showed up ended the golden era 17 years ago, and you stayed all the way until a year ago.
Yeah, I was there pretty much through the mixed days, so I endured. I weathered it all.
You weathered it or you caused it, Sleprock? You're a jinx.
Probably a little bit of both, but...
You know it, I know it, Fez knows it, everybody knows it. Fez, we got something sent to us from a listener friend of ours named Sleeves, and it's a song about your homeless trek. You're listening to the Ron and Fez Show.
Fezzy woke in his cardboard chalet, rolled in a rug in his homelessy way. He said, I'm gonna go out to Short Hills today, to the mall on a spree, courtesy one day. Oh, the men say that you can't live this way, rolled in a rug in a box by the bay, where the cold winds will bite ya and your old friends will spite ya, with no one to hold ya and nothing to like ya. Bezzy limped in his junkyard disguise, put gloves on his feet and perfume in his eyes. As the cameras were running, he touted his rise. I'm the face of the homeless, I'm the Fez of the flies. All the men say you can't live this way, rolled in a rug in a box by the bay, where the cold winds will bite ya and your old friends will spite ya, with no one to hold ya and nothing to like ya. Bezzy got on the bus with his friends, Grey Wolf and Slow-Mo, Annette and Big Red. They'd shopped at the mall and got fancy new threads. Now they had a new king, and King Fez Marie said, Oh, Bay Fez, even though he's homeless, Fez, even if It dispels the lies. Is the fears of the flies. Is the fears of the flies.
What a nutty song to introduce to ourselves to people as Fez.
Insane, but I'll tell you what, it made me a little sentimental. It made me worry about, what if I really was homeless, Ronnie? I'd be sad.
And then you hear all your homeless buddies in there, and you really are the king of the homeless now. Fez, another pal of ours, it's the Death Metal Mo. How you doing, Mo? You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Gentlemen, 9170 checking in.
Hey, my brother.
So great to hear you guys on FM again. Just want to remind Fez real quick, you do have those Newfie relatives of yours, then they get free health care, man. And they didn't build the front of the stairs there on their house?
Yeah, your people, your entire family lives up in Newfoundland, Fez, your extended family?
Yeah, both sides of my family from Newfoundland, plenty of relatives still up there. Talk about the homeless, but then they're just government-accepted homeless in Newfoundland. My relatives there, none of their houses have front steps. The doors are all built up on the house, and you need steps to walk up to the door, else you can't get to it. They have not put steps on the front of the house in Newfoundland because then they would have to start paying housing tax or property tax or whatever.
So it doesn't count as a house until you got steps?
Exactly. The house is not completed, Ronnie. The house is not done being built because it doesn't have those steps. So, no taxes. And it's just a cheap way of scamming the government, and none of them go to work anyway.
To save a couple of bucks, Fez's family will use a rope to get into their house.
They really do. They just get a running jump. Hey, did you see this story? Stephen Mera, the son of the Giants owner, Wellington Mera, who just passed away not too long ago?
Yeah.
All right. He attacked a fellow stockbroker on the floor of the exchange when the guy mocked him out for the Giants losing to the Eagles last Sunday.
All right, it's his team, it's his family's team.
It's his family's team. Yeah. Stephen Mera works as a stockbroker.
So he's down working on Wall Street as a stockbroker. He shows up after a big loss, a tough loss. Maybe the Giants won't make it to the playoffs now.
Right, and this guy, I guess he knows the guy, works with the guy. The other guy is an Eagles fan.
Right.
They had been jawing back and forth, just, friendly jawing. Where it's
what
like,
sports does to you.
Yeah, my team's going to kill your team. Oh, you're probably right. So this other guy sees Stephen Mera after the game the next day. He does that jump shot. You know how the Giants' defense, after a big play, has been doing the jump shot?
I hate that jump shot.
So he does that to Stephen Mera. Stephen Mera goes insane-o on him.
Good.
Goes after him, attacks the guy. He's knocking him down. He's choking him out and screaming, "That's my effing family you're talking about. That's my effing family's team."
I guess you can't curse on Wall Street? That's the deal? You're on Wall Street. Just use the first initial.
You can't curse, and you can't choke somebody out.
Yeah, I would go nuts. I can't blame the guy. I would have went insane myself. You can't screw around with a guy's football team. Then if your family owns the team, you got money on it or whatever, you got to be going out of your mind if somebody's taunting you.
You grew up with your dad owning the Giants. You should be used to some taunts by now.
All right, what if you would have said to it, like he would have came home one day and said, "Dad, our team stinks." His dad probably would have pounded him his whole life. He doesn't know any other way to react.
This is insane. I can't believe that this would get to him. I mean, the Giants have lost how many now? What are they, 7-7 at this point? He should, the season's not going the way he wanted it. Get used to it. Get over it. I'm sure he mocked out the Eagles fan guy all the week before.
Earl, you're a longtime Jets fan.
Yeah, long-suffering Jet fan.
You've been through a lot of bad seasons.
Oh, tons.
After a loss, I never taunt you. Or if I did, I'd expect you to run at me and start choking me.
Oh, I would lose my mind. I mean, I'm used to it. I mean, we're in the middle of another December meltdown right now, but if someone's going to taunt me, I'm like, no, it's on. Let's go.
And he doesn't even own a team.
Why is it on, Earl? That makes no sense. It's your football team. Your team is not going to win every game. You've got to be able to handle a loss.
All right, Fez, let me just explain a little rules of the life, all right? You don't want to get beat up, right?
Right.
Don't taunt people. It's that simple. If you would have just attacked the guy for not taunting, you would be a lunatic. We'd all be saying, throw this guy away. He's insane. But he was taunted first. What else is he supposed to do?
He's supposed to say, yeah, the Eagles won. All right, maybe we'll get you next time, maybe next season. We'll see. I'll meet you in the playoffs if they both get the wild card.
When I was in first grade, a guy taunted me about my lunchbox. 3 seconds later, he was feeling a broken thermos into his back. You shouldn't taunt people unless you're ready to deal.
You should. What is he going to... Let's say he was the one who took over this team from his father. He's just going to go attack other owners at Giant Stadium?
I bet those other owners don't taunt. I bet it doesn't happen that way.
It's just insane to go and to choke somebody out. This guy had to get medical attention from the New York Stock Exchange
of course
medical
he did.
team.
Oh, believe me, if a rich guy attacked me, they would have had to take me away in a stretcher. All he would have had to done is sneeze on me, and I would have went down. The only time that you ever act like you've had your ass beat is when you're suing. That is the only time a man will ever say, I got beat and beat bad. Because normally, you could be walking around, two black guys, your nose is broken, you're missing a front tooth, and you're going to say, I think it was a tie. I really felt like if it would have gone another 5 minutes, I would have turned this thing around. But the moment you were suing someone, you couldn't be more injured.
I just don't understand why this guy, this Thurston Howell the Fourth or whatever, is going after somebody.
His heart was broken. This is his team.
His heart gets broken every week. Is he supposed to be attacking people every Sunday that his team loses?
You know he thought he was going to the playoffs with this. And, you know, in the back of his little mind, he was on his way to the Super Bowl.
There was probably something where Amalgamated was down 3 points or something.
He doesn't talk that way. That family's down to earth.
I'm Stephen Mara. Don't say anything about the New York Giants.
Because you have money, suddenly you start talking stupid?
I'm sure that's exactly how it went down. This guy, they talked about it in the article today that I read. This guy and the Eagles fan, Stephen Mara and the Eagles fan, went back and forth all last week. And
have you ever been to Philadelphia and seen Eagles fans? They are the worst people on the earth. Right now, in the history of people on the earth, it goes, Eagles fans is the worst, Nazis second.
Wow.
And it ain't even close. Nazis are a distant second to Eagles fans.
I had no idea they were that bad.
Oh, they're horrible people.
Didn't Eagles fans boo Santa Claus?
They booed Santa Claus. They booed, there was an Easter egg hunt or something with crippled girls, and the Phillies fans booed the girls that couldn't find any eggs. They are the most despicable people. They booed Darren Dalton's kid, 3-year-old son, at a father and son game. Wiffle ball. They are the worst people in the world. I can't put up with it. When a team loses, even when I'm collecting money, I collect it like a gentleman. I'm like, hey, thank you very much. I'm sure you'll get it back. I'm sure you'll win this back from me in no time. I put the money in my pocket. I get out of there quickly, easily. Why make a guy mad? Here's our buddy Snoogans. Snoogans, how are you, pal?
I'm doing all right, buddies. How are you?
Cool.
Yeah, I don't think this is that big a deal. After the Cowboys beat the Giants a couple weeks ago, I almost beat up a guy at work for making fun of me, and I really have nothing to do with the team in any way.
But you're just a fan, right?
Yeah, although in Philadelphia one time, for wearing a Giants jersey, I was once jumped in the parking lot of Veterans Stadium by 3 people. I was like 50.
Wear your jersey to another team's stadium. I don't care how happy you are with. You got to just sit on your hands for the game and enjoy it. Because, again, that acts as taunting. That is a thing of taunting.
I understand, but it was like 3 30-year-old guys, and I was like 15.
Yeah, so it's going to be easier for them.
That's hot.
Yeah, stop it. It is not. And I wonder why you talk that way. But I'll tell you right now, if I have money on a game, I was at a Pittsburgh game. I'm in Pittsburgh. I got money on the Bengals, and I started telling the people around me to shut up and take their jerseys off. Because I just did not want to deal with it because I had money. It's all psychological at that point. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I can understand why he flipped out. It's not like he owns some loser team like the Buccaneers, and he's used to losing all the time.
All right, that's Fezzi's team, the Buccaneers. Fezzi, you were born and raised in Tampa. You became a very big fan in 2002, the year of the Super Bowl.
I was a fan the entire time, Ronnie, ever since that team came into the league, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Even with the orange jerseys?
Yes, even with the orange creamsicle jerseys and Bucko Bruce proudly displayed on the helmet.
Were they called the Bucks then, or were they the La-di-das?
They were the Buccaneers.
Hey, everybody, look at me. I'm a Bucs fan.
Who's that, Stephen Mara?
No, that was you. Thank you. Here's Stugatz. Stugatz, how you doing, buddy?
Buddy,
Yeah.
I just want to say one of the reasons that ex-wife number 2 split was that she laughed when Pedro Martinez threw Zim down on the ground. Someone goes against your team, you got to bat him out.
All right, so your own wife laughed at you getting beat and you couldn't stand it.
Yep, couldn't stand it after that. After that, I just looked at her with nothing but contempt.
Yeah, I would be the same exact way. I cannot understand, anybody who acts like, oh, I have a lot of fun and I tease him about his team. That's no friend of yours.
I can understand being upset that your team lost, but losing is part of watching sports. There's no team that wins every single game.
No one said it doesn't. But why taunt? Taunting has to be dealt with. And there's only one way to deal with a taunter, and that's physical violence. I don't even think there's a secondary way, because if you try to taunt them back, your team just lost. So your taunting doesn't work. I don't think you attack them before the game. If someone taunts you before the game, then you have, all right, we'll see. You are the one that's going to be crying on Sunday. And a lot of things I can't say on the radio right now. But after the game, when you lost, your heart's ripped out, your team has nothing. I don't know what else there is to do but physical violence.
You can't tell me that this Wellington Mara's kid wasn't going to taunt this other guy back come Monday if the Giants had won that game.
Absolutely not. I think he'd have behaved like a gentleman. I mean, if he didn't hit him, then he's going to have to go light his car on fire or do something along those lines.
He probably would have had a show for go and taunt him.
Who's that?
Wellington Mara's child.
Because he has money? He's a blue-collar guy. He's working in Wall Street.
That's blue-collar?
Well, it's Giants blue. It's it's blue under the collar with the tie. But he's, he doesn't want to deal with that, Fez. Robert, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, Robert. I'm not picking him up. Lost him?
Yeah, he dropped off.
All right. Let me go over to Sean. Sean, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for coming on at 6 o'clock, taking off an hour of that horrible radio chick show.
You know what? Here's the thing right now, Sean. If you think that you're going to be friends by attacking our co-workers, it's not going to go down that way. It's not going to happen. You don't make us feel better by attacking people that we work with.
This isn't the New York Stock Exchange where we're going to be choking each other out.
See, now you turned around and you tried to make the contempt that I have for that caller.
Right.
You tried to use it against me. And now you make it seem like it proves your point, Fez.
I think it does, a little bit anyway.
Well, you're the king of the homeless. You know what? When you're around the homeless...
That's just mean.
Have your homeless scepter, your homeless crown. They're going to listen to everything you say.
If there was actually a crown and a scepter and a robe, I might be into this. But I've got nothing.
I want you to reach over here right now, Fez, and shake the hand of a taxpayer, because that's what I am.
I pay taxes, too.
Really? Or just tax?
I pay taxes. Don't even joke about that.
For what? Wiping people's windshields as they're going through the tunnel?
I'm not a squeegee man.
Take that dirty rag off my car. You know what's really weird, too? A lot of homeless people in the city have been asked if they have any well stickers. So it's really made the city a little friendlier. We got to take a break, Fezzy. 92.3 Free FM. It's your brand new night show, the Ron and Fez show. We'll be right back.
Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez. 92.3 Free FM.
This is 92.3 Free FM. Free FM. New York.
923 Free FM. 866-313-FREE. 866-313-FREE. That's how to get a hold of us. Also, if you need to go out and check out some of the websites out there, I believe there's a listening thread right now. You can hang out with people listening to the show on ronfez.net, ronfez.net.
You also got whackbag.com you can check out, posttours.net, and, of course, the Pal Talkers.
The Pal Talkers are out there. Also, Eastside Dave's favorite site, FBA. FBA.
Fullblownaids.com.
And we can't forget, is it ronandfezshow.net?
Yes, ronandfezshow.net.
I know we forget them a lot. We have to be careful with that because someone always gets their feelings hurt. All right, it is the Ron and Fez Show. Pick up the phones and get a hold of us. Fezzy, I got to tell you the truth. I'm loving doing radio at night. It's always the best feeling to me that after the sun goes down, you sit around with your friends, you start talking. I always like night radio.
Yeah, there's a nice intimacy to it right now. And we got a beautiful view here at 92 Free FM. And it's really cool looking out there.
Where are we, Fez?
92.3 Free FM.
There you go, all together. Yeah, it is a gorgeous night tonight, and it's fun hanging out. All right, Fezzy, let me go over here to Matt. Matt, you're on the phone with us. It's the Ron and Fez Show. How you doing, pal?
Hey, guys. It would always bug me walking around the city. I mean, sometimes the biggest psychopaths are the most normal-looking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for taunting in stadiums. If your home team, you're rooting them on and you're picking out on one Boston fan in Yankee Stadium. But who the hell are you? It's like after a team loses, you see someone wearing another team's hat walking down the street. You don't know what the kind of reaction you're going to get from this guy. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'4", and someone is giving me crap about my team losing earlier that night. I just look at him like, you must have a death wish.
Yeah, you're in the wrong place, particularly when you are wearing your colors in another team's town. I mean, this guy's from Philly, Fez. Go to Philly and start jumping up and down about the Eagles, who aren't having an amazing season anyway.
This guy that was attacked by Stephen Mera, Wellington Mera's son, at the New York Stock Exchange, was just going to work. I'm sure he wasn't in a business suit that had eagles on it.
Was he jumping up and down and laughing at the guy whose family owns the team?
Yes, he was.
That's taunting. And you're going to throw down. This guy's protecting his team. He's protecting his city. If I was Bloomberg, I'd give him some kind of award. I'd have to say, now it's showing people care about New York. Let's go to a big businessman, Fezzy. There's no more famous restaurant chain than the Hard Rock. Let's go over and talk to Hard Rock. Johnny, how are you, my friend?
Hello, boys.
Johnny.
I hear you on the FM, and I'm honored to talk to the king of the homeless.
Oh, yeah, the king of the homeless is here. It used to be the king of all radio. Now we have the king of all homeless.
Keep it up, Hard Rock. And this homeless guy is going to park his ass in front of your restaurant, and we'll see how much business you get with me laying out there in my own puke.
That's not a bad idea.
Raise anything in your eye. I get every single Giant home game I go, and there are just always people in the opposing team's jersey, and they just get on everyone's nerve, and they turn around, and they point, and they taunt. And in our section, we've been sitting together probably 10 years now, a group of us, and the rule is you can yell, scream for your team, but you got to point and cheer forward.
Okay.
You start turning around, taunting people behind you, that's when the trouble comes. And last week at the Eagles game, it got ugly real fast.
Now, is anybody worse than Philadelphia fans?
No, they're the worst. Like you said, they booed Santa Claus. I remember years ago when Sid used to be on with you guys way back.
Oh, sure.
He had his car got turned over at a Philadelphia Eagles game because he had a Giants bumper sticker on it.
Right.
I mean, they are the dregs. They have a jail and a court in their stadium.
And that's the only place there's a decent jail in the whole city. That's the weird thing about it. Now, I'm from that area, Fez, and when I was a little kid, I think I was 8 years old, I go to my grandfather's funeral, and the boos started. And people were booing and booing hard, and later they said it was against The Undertaker. They didn't like the work that was done on my grandfather. But I took it the wrong way. All I saw was my dead grandfather being booed. They're horrible, horrible people in Philadelphia. That's my blood. I know what they are. They're beasts.
They should learn some control there, especially at funerals. I think sporting events, fine. Funerals, probably out of the question.
All right, Fez, you brought up a good point. A sporting event, okay. This was at another place of work. You drop it. The game's over.
Now, I know Stephen Mera wouldn't have dropped it.
No,
if the Giants had won.
You don't know him. You have made an assumption here, and one that I don't appreciate.
From reading the story about Stephen Mera and from hearing what Hard Rock Johnny has to say, I think we've proven one thing. The Giants fans are quite genteel and will end up getting their feelings hurt so easily.
What's with the voices all night long? You're doing these little annoying voices. All right, now here's a guy who's actually part of our team, just like Hard Rock Johnny, East Side Dave of Astoria, Queens, before that, New Jersey. Giants fan your whole life.
Absolutely.
Do you back up the owner's family?
He had to.
Yeah.
It was his right to defend himself, to crush this ant. And
what do you
Eagles
mean defend himself?
To defend
his family, his city.
From the hostility of this Eagles fan who Eagles fans are ravenous people.
They are they're probably the worst. And I would probably even say that up against Oakland. Oakland's got to be close. But Oakland has a lot to suffer for. These Eagles, they haven't won a championship. They've never won a Super Bowl. They go back to 1960 when they're talking about football. They've got to go to like 1980 when they're talking about baseball. I think it's 83 for basketball. Hockey, we're probably looking at the 70s. So they haven't had anything happen in a long, long time. And yet, Fez, they act like they're Sports Central. They act like they're on top of the world. Where's this come from? A Rocky movie? Rocky has you so fired up that you believe this? It's insane talk. Johnny, you have to fight every single week?
Every single week. There's absolutely, in our section, there's always jerk-off sitting there who just can't. They just, they got to taunt every single Giant fan.
Yeah.
And I would never, look, I'm not a small person. I would
No.
Easy, Fez.
I would never go to another stadium. I don't even wear Giant stuff when I go to the Giant games. I wouldn't go to another stadium wearing my Giants jersey, and I wouldn't taunt. You go and you enjoy the game.
Your stuff would be Giant even if you were a Falcons fan.
Where does that come from? Talking about taunting, that you crossed the line here, Fezzy.
See, it's proving my point. The Giants fans are so sensitive.
I really hate this new voice. I got to tell you the truth.
Please, everyone, step on rosebud petals around the Giants fans.
Fezzy, if I was there and you taunted me like that, I might have to throttle you.
just run at him.
Neck.
Bring it on, Burger Boy.
All these.
See ya.
I take it easy, my friend. I'm working on a new impression myself.
Oh, what's that?
My eye, you just sprayed perfume in my eye, in my homeless eye.
That does not sound anything like me.
Yeah.
On the homeless shopping spree.
And do another quick impression of Fezzy. How much for reach round?
All right. That's enough.
You know why? It's because I'm so close with Hard Rock Johnny that I went too far myself.
Thank you. I would think you were close with me.
Why?
You're Ron, I'm Fez. It's Ron and Fez.
Oh, yeah, it is the Ron and Fez show. We should probably announce that every once in a while because we are the brand new show right here on 92.3 Free FM, 6 to 9 every night, unless there's hockey or basketball. We will be here with you. We're going to have our own Black Girl Douglas, longtime New York radio staple. Never has had an ounce of success, and we thought, you know what? Let's bring the Jinx aboard. And believe it or not, we brought Eastside Dave, a guy that we met from RonFez.net, is actually working now with us.
And it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to be in your homes of New York City and New Jersey.
Are you going to be a little more interesting as we go on? Now, finally your parents can hear you on the radio.
Yeah,
right?
No, that's going to be exciting. Mom and Pop have tuned in tonight, so I can't wait to hear that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they're going to tell me all the highlights and lowlights at Christmas Eve dinner.
Oh, we loved it when you talked about the Giants.
Very little cursing, so that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, there should be zero cursing. Okay. So far, only Snoogans has let us down. Is it Snoogans or Snoogans?
Snoogans.
With an ooh.
Yes, yeah. Snoogans.
Here's Jack. Jack, you're on Ron and Fez. We're talking about bad fans. How are you, pal?
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah.
Hey, the reason Soft Rock Johnny doesn't wear Giants gear is because they don't make it that big.
All right, easy.
Good one.
Easy.
I'm a struggling Washington fan, and the worst fans by far are the Harlem Globetrotter fans. They kill me every game.
I put up with that, too. My dad used to gamble quite a bit, and he always bet on the Generals. Like he said, they're due. And he goes, you don't understand. I just got 15 points. I got to go with this. And when you go to a Globetrotters game and you're a Generals fan, the way I grew up, and you're pulling for them every game, because my dad always used to say to me, "It's going to be a big white upset. You watch." And once this happens, it'll be our time to streak. Still hasn't, Fez.
Yeah, he's got to pay attention to the trends.
Matty Fridays, how you doing, buddy?
Gentlemen, so glad to have you back.
It's so glad. It's so nice to hear so many familiar voices tonight.
Even yours, Matty.
Here's something interesting. Kate Mara, who is the daughter of Stephen Mara, is an actress. And one of the roles is she had a very steamy lesbian scene in Nip Tuck a couple seasons back. And she was also the crazy chick on 24 last season.
Wow. Very nice.
So maybe this Eagles fan, because Philly fans known for their passion also do their research. Maybe he could have brought something up about his hot daughter.
Yeah, I would be careful. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like you don't bring up moms, daughters, sisters, and you don't mention a guy's football team.
Okay, so this is good information. Around Stephen Mara, Wellington Mara's son, do not bring up the Giants losing.
Yeah.
Do not mention anything bad about that 24 show with Jack Bauer, and also Nip Tuck.
Those are the things you don't want to deal with. Thanks, Matty.
Or he will go off.
Ron and Fez Show, 92.3, Free FM. We got the phone lines open, 866-313-FREE, 866-313-FREE. Hey, Jason. Jason, you're on the Ron and Fez Show.
What up, Ron and Fez, man?
Hey.
How you been?
Good.
Doesn't make me a bad person. I love you guys.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to Pinellas Park, Florida.
My hometown. Thank you very much, Jason.
I want to tell you guys, I was at the Giant game, and the reason they lost is because they played clips of the Rocky movie that showed Rocky losing.
Bad mistake.
Everyone loves Rocky. You can't go bad. That's wrong, man. I mean, Philly's garbage, but you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't like that idea either, Fez. You can't, and that's taunting on the other way. You got to stay professional with the whole thing.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for, bad luck there.
Now, I grew up a big Draco fan, so, I was pulling for him the whole time, but still, it's not fair.
Were you part of the crowd when they turned on him and started cheering for Rocky at the end?
Yeah. That's when I was a kid. We lived over in Russia. Look who it is, Fezzy. It's your girlfriend, little Lene. Hi, Lene.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. I just wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lene. Things are really happening.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And you work in radio yourself, right?
Yep.
What's the name of your show?
My name of myself?
Your show.
Oh, my show. Oh, I'm sorry. Couldn't hear you, sorry. My show is Renee D's Musical Saturday Mornings.
The Musical Saturday Morning Show, Fez. And what kind of music do you play?
I play some, rock, rock pop. Then, sometimes I'm doing my Christmas spectaculars.
Right.
Next Saturday, or the Saturday coming up.
Yeah.
I'm doing part 2 of my Christmas spectacular, which is all Christmas songs.
Oh, and
nice.
Are they spectacular Christmas songs?
Oh, yeah, spectacular Christmas songs.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Sounds spectacular.
Yes. And
that's good, because then we'll get away from a lot of the wiggles and everything else that you're normally playing.
I don't do wiggles.
Fez, she doesn't do wiggles.
It's babies.
That's baby music.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
The yellow one's leaving anyway, I heard.
Why?
Some sort of...
Coward. He's just a coward.
And some sort of intestinal problem.
All right, now, Lene, Christmas is coming up. You all excited about it?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for giving me the presents. I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, open it up. It's from both. I'm the one who picked it out this year, so I hope you like it.
Yeah, you believe that, right, Lene?
Oh, no, I believe you, Fezzy, bought it for me.
Oh, is that right? I thought we were going with Santa. I thought we weren't trying to use our own ego and go with Santa.
Well, so I can open it, is what you're saying?
Yes, open it. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go.
Yeah, all right. Bye-bye, honey. There she goes. Open her presents, Fez.
All right, so the Ron and Fez show sent her some nice little gifts.
There's the big Yule log that everybody watches every year, Fez.
Oh, yeah, I love watching the Yule log.
No, well, you just watch a log. That's the problem. I'm not going to say where, but it's in the smallest room in your house. You sit there and you're going, oh, my God, look at the Christmas log.
I admire my own handiwork sometimes, sure.
Disgusting. Now, where do you normally watch?
I usually watch Channel 11, the picks.
Yeah, Channel 11 has run the same Yule log. Believe it or not, it's the same exact one all these years. Dave, you grew up watching this?
Yeah, absolutely. It was originally filmed in 1970.
1970, and it's the same one. It's on a 7-minute loop. Well, this year there's a little bit of competition. They're going head to head with the new HD TV. Have you seen that yet?
I haven't seen it quite yet, but I've heard it's something spectacular.
Mark Cuban owns this. Everything is in HD, and the whole thing is it's INHD. Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
And it's all HD TV. Now, they want it to look perfect. They've got a brand new log, and are going up against them. Fezzy, now you don't have to watch that old, tired log from years gone by. You've got a new, crystal clear, perfect log.
I don't want the new modern super log to watch.
Yes.
The high definition log. Give me the old one, the old standby.
You haven't seen the new one yet.
The PIX log on Channel 11. Give me that one.
I'm talking about a beautiful high definition log that I think it's in Mark Cuban's own house. Every once in a while he's stirring it. He throws some cash in there. You wouldn't even want to check this out, Dave?
No. Too vivid. I don't need that much fire looking so crystal clear. I like the grainy, old log that sort of had that Texas Chainsaw Massacre look to it.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
It looks a little scary. You have to admit, there's something about that log that's a little bit frightening.
And the bad Christmas tunes that would also play on the loop, and they even sounded a little off. So that I really looked forward to that.
Well, now this year, watch it in high def. Mark Cuban is taking on Channel 11, and I honestly believe he's going to destroy him. I know I can speak for the Blowhard. The Blowhard will be watching because he loves everything new. He'll be checking that out. Earl, which way for you?
I'm going to go high def. I want to see something brand new and
I
something
like
shiny.
It.
And definitely,
brand new.
It's a twin.
Yes,
it's a log on fire. It can't change that much. Just stay with tradition.
It's not grainy. It's perfect. I believe there's even going to be extra logs in there, a little bit of colored kerosene. It's going to look gorgeous.
All that's going to do is make you wish you had a real Yule log and a real chimney.
A what?
A real Yule log and a real chimney.
Well, you should anyway. Because I'll tell you what, if I did have a fireplace, I wouldn't be sitting there watching it for hours on end. I don't even understand this thing on TV.
I don't know why Mark Cuban has to come in and try to take over the Yule log business.
John Manelli's got it in his mind that we're going to run a Yule log on the radio for an hour. Just listening to crackling and sparkling. Look, there it is on TV right now. You look up, homeless shopping spree coming up very, very soon on Bill O'Reilly. Have they gone too far? Already O&A back in trouble.
Coming up on the O'Reilly Factor. Please, Lord, do not let me show up as a homeless person in the footage here.
Hey, Arch, you're on the Ron and Fez show. We lost you, buddy. Here's Pete. Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, welcome back, man. I love you guys.
Thank you very much.
Hey, listen, you really fooled me the other day. I thought something really happened to poor Fez there.
Yeah, I always worry about it myself. I thought he was homeless.
I was fine. You know me. Why would you think I was homeless, Ron?
Because you are right. Oh, my God. Look at these Palestinians. I can't have a TV in front of me. First of all, it's like being at a drive-in. These TVs are so big. And then they're... Earl, do not start living here like you do in every station you've ever worked.
Now I expect Fez to pop up in every news clip. So yeah. I think he's going to be in Palestine.
Well, don't.
Starting some car bombs.
That's the Yule log I want to watch. The Palestine cars burning all Christmas.
Pete, which Yule log are you going to watch? Mark Cuban's new high-definition Yule log that apparently Emerson, Lake and Palmer will be playing live next to. That's how cutting-edge it is. What do you think, Pete? Which way would you go with this?
I'm a traditional guy. I'm going to have to go with the old one.
You got to go old school like Fez and like Dave.
Yeah, I don't care that it doesn't fill up the entire TV screen.
I want it filled up. I want it jumping out. I can't. It's grainy. The old log is grainy. It looks like, just think, in 1970, probably the guy who built that fire is dead by now. I don't want to watch
what do you mean?
A dead guy's fire.
Wait a second. You watch old movies. They're grainy.
It creeps me out, though. I don't want a crowd scene where everybody's dead in it.
I wonder if the guy who shot the Yule log footage was cremated.
Would that be ironic?
On camera.
In that Yule log itself?
Ron, my point would be the graininess makes it sentimental, and it makes you harken back to your olden days as a child, where you grew up with it.
We like new stuff. Why don't you put on Converse like you did back in 1970? You weren't even born in 1970. Dave, what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I had an older brother who was.
You know why you watched that old U-Log? Because you didn't have a brand new high-def U-Log at the time. Or that would have been the one you'd be watching all those years. Here's Jay. Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with the old U-Log. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. That's what I say.
I think it's a little broken. Here's what I want to do. I want to watch both. I want to watch both before I decide.
Okay.
I'm just not going to throw my business the old U-Log way. By the way, this thing gets something like a 30 share. It gets Super Bowl numbers.
It's comforting. Here's what, to me, it's like, you know how you have like the old Rudolph Christmas special?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they tried to do some sort of CGI updated Rudolph thing in the Island of Misfit Toys.
Rudolph the Transformer. I love that one. It's so new. It's so fresh.
Those things are always awful. Those new ones are really bad. Give me the classics.
You know what you're going to be doing soon? Keeping kids off your lawn. You do not want... You're either doing two things, Fez. You're either busy dying or you're busy getting born. You better start and try to get into new things. You're making me worried. You homeless people don't know how to enjoy stuff. Here's BDC. BDC, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yay, welcome back, boys.
Thank you, my friend.
Actually, the U-Log feels warmer in HD TV.
I got to agree with you there.
I'm sweating just thinking about it.
I am too. It is going to be so perfect that day. It's going to be fantastic.
No, absolutely not. It seems like it's going to be too bright. It's going to be too clear, too, dare I say, digitalized.
Yes, dare to say that.
Well, I will. I dare to say it's going to be too digitalized, and some things should be old and filmy. It just makes it feel more special.
No, if it got released old and filmy back in 1970, you would have bitched up a storm. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Boys, welcome home.
Thank you, my friend.
Listen, I'm thinking the new U-Log may smell a little too real.
That is the truth. That at this point, it actually feels like you have an actual log burning in your house.
We'll have smell-o-vision. People are going to think my apartment building's going up.
Munich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, welcome back, guys. I'm a longtime fan, and I knew it would pay if I held my breath.
There you go. That's all you got to do. It only takes 4 years.
And exhale.
We told you when we left, 1,200 days, minimum.
I know, well, I'm pretty good. I can swim underwater, too.
Sure.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about it, and I'm going to TiVo both of them.
Yeah, Fez, why don't you throw your TiVo out since you don't like anything new? Everything's got to be old and wretched for you to care about it.
I have to have my TiVo. I can't live without that.
Hot Tub, you're on 92.3 Free FM. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddies, what's going on?
Yeah.
I just want to add a little something here. The U-Log was filmed in 1970 at Gracie Mansion.
Oh, is that right?
See?
Yes, that is a fact.
Yeah.
It's mayoral.
Yeah.
There's a certain dignity about the U-Log that this...
Wait a minute, you saying that this brand new U-Log by Mark Cuban, who's basically, I think, our Darth Vader. I think him as America's Darth Vader isn't the way to go.
I'll take the mayor's U-Log over the Dallas Mavericks U-Log any day.
Who was the mayor in 1970?
That was Mr. LaGuardia. And then he ran a couple airports after that.
So out of your mind.
LaGuardia was a log again by then.
Hey, Bobo, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Oh, Bobo. How you doing, pal?
Good. I got to cast my vote for the analog log. A little less definition. Not everything needs to be perfect.
Yes, these guys want to live in an imperfect world, or an imperfect world. They don't like things. That's what it's all about. They're grouchy old ladies who don't like the new stuff.
Yeah, I would beg to differ. I would say my point is I like Christmas traditions and certain traditions. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for a new thing, a new PlayStation or something.
You know what you ought to do? You're how old now? 29?
Yes, I am.
Why don't your tradition be you have kids and you start to get them stuff? Stop acting like, oh, I don't want anything to change. I still want to get toys from my parents.
But
you still believe in Santa at age 29. Here's Nino. Nino, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nino.
Listen, I'm going to go with the old-fashioned U-Log because, even on a flat screen TV, it can't look that bad. And the main thing is that if they wind up putting a U-log on every channel, everybody's going to go back to Channel 11.
It does seem like nobody would be able to beat Channel 11 at this. That this is just the standard.
I would like to see how the U-logs do it against each other in the ratings.
You know what? I mean, here's the thing. It is the biggest thing that they do all year, right? The U-log?
Yeah.
I didn't mean by far. Why have they stopped at one day a year? Why not? There's another day you're burning tires. You're burning leaves. And then finally you go down to Jersey Shore and during the winter and you light one of those old stands on fire like happens every spring. Oh, my God. Look what happened. Something hit the cotton candy place.
You know what would be nice during the summer? If PIX ran an open hydrant. Just a fire hydrant that's open and the water just flowing.
Could you imagine Earl and his family running into the TV as quick as they could? Earl, when your dad would open a hydrant, that was 4th of July and then also the family getaway?
It was 4th of July, but definitely not the family getaway. But it was a fun day for everyone.
We're going on vacation.
What was more fun for your family? When Dad opened up a hydrant or a blackout?
Definitely the hydrant.
You got a big march tomorrow, too, right, Earl?
Yes, there's going to be a big protest down on Wall Street.
Really? Now, what's it all about?
It's protesting the murder, really, of Sean Bell, who was shot 50 times by
a police officer. So this
during his bachelor party.
Now, didn't you guys just have a march on Fifth Avenue the other day?
Yeah, there was a major march down Fifth Avenue.
Shopping for justice.
Shopping for justice, and it pretty much shut down Fifth Avenue, much to Anthony's chagrin.
And anybody who wants to get around New York City. Now, tomorrow it'll be at Wall Street?
Down on Wall Street, pretty much the entire financial district.
Good, so I can just write that down so I don't have to show up close to it.
Yeah, they got 40,000 for the march on this past Saturday, and they're expecting pretty much the same crowd on tomorrow.
You're going to have 40,000 people to walk down the street on, what is it, tomorrow? Thursday?
On Thursday, yeah, on Wall Street.
Let me ask you this, Earl. Anybody working?
Yeah, there's a couple of people working.
Are they going to wait till 4 o'clock when the final bell rings?
I think it's going to be pretty much the middle of the day.
They want to shut down Wall Street.
The plan is to shut it down.
Now, but here's the thing, Earl. I know you're upset about this guy getting shot, and I know everybody's looking into it. What does Wall Street have to do with this? Why do the guys on Wall Street have to pay?
It's a symbol. It's a symbol of big business. It's a symbol of money. And
now you sound like the terrorists. This is exactly the same crap we had to hear at 9/11 from the insurgents. Are you in this city or are you insurgents? It's a symbol. Did you ever think you'd have to hear this from Americans, Fez?
Never in my life. I don't understand why another protest. What has something gone wrong in the investigation where this guy is going to get off, or he's been set free to shoot more black people or something?
Well, they're questioning procedure. They're questioning he's been dead almost a month now, and no end to this investigation in sight. No disciplinary actions.
Wait a minute. Hold on. How long ago did O.J. kill his wife and nobody's upset about it?
93.
93. It's still going on. Why don't you have one separate march to get O.J.? Well, why did you say then, let justice take its time? What's the rush?
But again, I think the protest marches would stop if there was some significant progress in this investigation. And again...
And 1 month is not very long, Earl. That's not very long at all for an investigation to take place. What do you want to string this guy up? Vigilante justice?
I think vigilante justice.
Send Master Poe over there?
But at the same time, a guy gets shot 50 times. They reload. No shots were returned. That's something that should be dealt with and something should be handled.
But what does Wall Street have to do with that? Everybody said this thing is going to take a little bit of time. It is being investigated.
Stockbrokers didn't shoot the guy. Cops did.
I understand that.
That Stephen Mera might have. Did the guy have a problem with the Giants?
We have to live in some kind of place in this country, and particularly the city where we're all armpit to armpit here, to take our time to work this out. I don't care if there's 400,000 people. It's not the Old West. We can't pull this guy out in the street.
No one's asking that, but at the same time, it's very difficult to get any kind of prosecution against a law enforcement officer because...
How do you know? It just happened a month ago. The investigation isn't over.
But it's been clearly established that they didn't have a gun. There was no fourth witness, which the cops keep claiming there is. And they weren't returning any fire. And they reloaded after shooting these poor guys God knows how many times. They reloaded their guns.
All this is going to come out in the trial. But we're not going to have a mob take care of it in the middle of the street, Earl. Please stay home tomorrow. Take one day for yourself and go, I'm going to stay home with the one-ads. I know there's something happened down there. Do what I do. Go to one of those internet sites where you sign your name on it.
Oh, yeah, the one.org, something like that.
Yeah, whatever it happens to take. All right, we're going to pick up some phone calls for this. Earl wants to go to the protest tomorrow. For once, Fez and I are on the same side here because we don't understand why a shooting takes place in Queens and people are marching down the streets of Fifth Avenue and now Wall Street tomorrow. 40,000 of them shut down the street on Fifth Avenue. And, Earl, you think that many are going to show up tomorrow?
They're expecting over at least 40,000, if not more, tomorrow.
Is this another Al Sharpton deal?
Yeah, definitely a National Action Network extravaganza.
Do me a favor and tell me Bloomberg isn't going to be walking with him. He's the mayor of the city, and the guy that he has up there with him is trying to shut our town down. Let's take a break. We'll come back and take your phone calls. 866-313-FREE. It's 92.3 Free FM, your brand new night show. It's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez, weeknight 6 to 9 on Free FM. Free FM.
Yeah. This is the Ron and Fez show. Sorry, on 92.3 Free FM.
Yeah, it's ladies skate right now. It's ladies' choice. Everybody skate backwards. Ron and Fez show. We are the brand new night show here on 92.3 Free FM. 866-313-FREE. You know, we're having a fun time, Fezzy, just kicking back. And our own Black Girl Douglas starts a firestorm. Worried about yet another protest against the cops here in Manhattan tomorrow. This one, you're going to try to shut down Wall Street, Earl?
Yes, they're going to attempt to shut down Wall Street to protest the death of Sean Bell and the wounding of 3 others.
This is going to be led by Al Sharpton. This one is being called...
Wait, hold on. What a shocker. I never would expected Al Sharpton to end up at one of these. Who's bothering you now, Al? What happened this time?
And this one is being called a day of outrage. The one on Wall Street. Last Saturday, it was shopping for justice. Now we're a day of outrage.
You know, I understand everybody's got a right to express themselves. My point is this. It's 2006, almost 2007. It's time to do a virtual protest where you can do it online. Maybe get Al Sharpton to get all the people on Pal Talk together. I'll get a hold of Happy Typing Girl and the whole gang and see if we can't do it that way. Is that a problem, Earl?
No, not at all. But at the same time, there's always strength in numbers. They always react to crowds. They always react to
Who's they? The white man?
Well, the powers that be. And let's just put it that way.
It's going to be decided by a jury anyway. I hope that we're not reacting by numbers.
But there's not even any guarantee that it'll even go to a trial or it'll even be charged. Remember, it's been a long time since we've convicted a cop of anything. It's been, over 10 years.
Shouldn't we be happy about that, Earl? Things have been going pretty darn good. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, pal?
Hello, boys. It's great to hear you back on the radio in New York. I got to tell you.
Thank you very much. We love being here.
Earl is, I don't know. I don't know how to put this except that I think he's not really clear on some of his facts. First of all, he is right. There may never be a trial on this because these guys may not be indicted. But he's talking. Some of the things he said was that these guys, that the guys in the car never returned fire on the cops, and therefore the cops had no right to shoot. I wasn't there, nor was Earl. But I've been in combat situations in the city, okay? And from some guys, I can imagine from some guy's perspective, on the other side of the car, bullets coming out of the windows of the car, He's been told there's guns in his car and bullets are coming out of the windows of the car. Now, he doesn't know that there are cops' bullets from the other side passing through. Somebody hits me with a car and I got a gun on me. Well, I'm going to shoot into that car to try to stop them from running me over with that car and therefore running a risk of possibly seriously physically injuring me or killing me.
Earl, when
Earl has a gun on him and somebody tries to run him over the car.
Earl, when you watch when Earl watches Starsky and Hutch, he roots for the bad guys.
But I do. I mean, as a former cop, I would welcome the protest for their right to seek redress from the government, and bring their cause to the street.
Right.
And B, as a cop, I'd love the overtime. So I mean, next week let's have a protest march for outrageous justice.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is probably nice. A couple guys can get overtime so close to Christmas, Earl. That works out nice. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, hello, boys.
Hey.
Listen, I want to welcome you back. And, Fez, I just got done working. I got like 3 refrigerator boxes if you need like a duplex split level.
Earl, Fez, that would be nice if you could start renting that out for canned goods to other homeless guys.
Mike, I'm going to explain this to you. I'm not homeless. I showed up on video of the homeless shopping spree on the Drudge Report, on Fox News, on MSNBC, but I am not homeless.
Has anyone who's ever actually had a home had to yell out, "I'm not homeless"? I don't think that's ever taken place in history. In about 20 minutes or so, we should pick up a little bit of the O'Reilly factor. And O'Reilly's doing something on O&A of the whole, have they gone too far? These kids nowadays with their homeless and their Nintendos. It's an attack on Christmas. Hey, Eugene. Eugene, you're on 92.3 Free FM with Ron and Fez. How are you, pal?
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back.
Thank you.
Back. This whole protest thing, it's pointless. All it's doing is taking money out of everybody else's pockets besides us cops. We're making we're living off of this, making a ton of money, and you guys are just taking money out of the economy for the city. What was done was done. I mean,
it happened, Earl.
I understand that it happened, but why deny them their right to protest and to be outraged?
They are getting, they can...
Not denying them their right to protest.
They can protest, but they have to shut down Wall Street?
I mean, you have to shut down symbols or whatever. Shutting down Fifth Avenue made its mark. It made every single newspaper. It made every newscast. It made a statement.
I got an idea for you tomorrow. Run this by when you get together with all the other agitators, Earl. Tomorrow, you guys go out, you shut down Dyckman. You get off there, it'll be a short walk, not as much problems. You shut that down and then move on from there.
There's no symbolism there. There's no immediate financial impact. There's no economic impact.
Exactly.
Thank you. I just think it's a little too close to being a terrorist. That's what bothers me about it, Earl.
I think that's what makes the country great, in the fact that you can protest.
You think 9/11 made the country great? That's your idea?
No, not at all.
You wanna bring back all those problems.
I'm not equating the protest with 9/11, but at the same time, you have to hit institutions. People talk with their pocketbooks, and if you can hit them with their pocketbooks, you've been effective.
Well, I know they're trying to get rid of Ray Kelly as police commissioner. You think that's going to happen?
I doubt it's going to happen, but I think it's right to question the police procedure at this point. I really do.
Well, you're driving me crazy tonight. Everybody's on your side, that you want to see this thing take place the way it's supposed to. But after a month, there's already been, 3 protests?
Yes, this will be a third in about 2 weeks.
Well, do one against the Knicks. Do one against Isaiah. Maybe I'll come out with you. Why do they still stink? And I'll walk to Madison Square Garden with you tomorrow. Let's shut that place down.
They're already shutting it down. They're not showing up. The place is half empty now.
This is what makes me crazy, all right? We're fighting against Denver, fist fight against Denver, right? Look at the moves they make. Look at us. Still sitting around like ham and eggers.
Denver picks up Allen Iverson, for the suspended Carmelo Anthony, who's out for 15 games at the least?
Yes, 15 games.
And the Knicks get nothing.
Here's Robert. Robert, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Black Ron and Homeless Fez. How you guys doing?
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Just wanted to say that I hope the police are indicted and convicted, because what will happen is that every cop in the city will lay back and they will stop doing the job, which they've been doing for so long, without getting the pay raise they deserve, and the good old days will come back. I grew up in the city. I remember the good old days, and I can tell you this much. I'm ready.
I don't like the sound of this.
Way to have a punchline for your bit. Yeah, is that where you want to go back to, Earl? Are you ready for 84?
I'm not saying go back to 84, but you can refine police procedures. I mean,
you had to have holy water to get on a subway. Is that what you're after? You want to live in a zombie vampire town again?
No, I don't think anyone wants to go back to that. But look at this case.
You and Bruce Springsteen are the only two people that worry constantly that it isn't wild enough around here.
I mean, if you look at that case, if you look at this case and Abner Louima, and I forgot the guy's name.
Oh my God! How long ago did that happen? Can that be dropped?
I mean, but that was a pretty sensational case. That was the last.
Well, what are we looking? 6 years ago? 7 years ago?
Yeah. What was it? Was that 1997? 10 years ago?
Yeah, 97. I think was Louima, and I forgot the other guy who was shot pulling out his wallet in his apartment.
All right, so every 6-7 years something's going to happen, Earl. You know it, and I know it.
No one expected him to have a wallet.
Hey, Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just want to throw out, regardless of who's right or wrong, what are the potential security implications of having 40,000 plus people walk down the middle of Wall Street?
I got to agree with that one, Earl.
I mean, in a time of anti-terror or terrorism being a hot topic, and everything we're trying to do to counteract, threats in the major cities and elsewhere, why bring this to the table?
And how many of those 40,000 are going to be Muslim, Earl?
Probably about a good third or so.
See, I have a problem with that. I thought the whole point was to keep the Muslims off of Wall Street.
And the police, they're going to handle this pretty well. They're going to probably designate a protest lane. I mean, because that area is very... It's not like...
So now you need the police, Earl. Now you want them to be out there.
Well, last Saturday, police were everywhere. They were on every corner. There were helicopters everywhere. They were expecting 1 million people. It was 40,000, but they were prepared for it.
So, wait a minute. You're saying that you think that this protest is worth it, and you fell short 990,000 people.
No, I mean, the cops, they treated it as if 1 million people showed up. I mean... Remember the Puerto Rican Day Parade the year after all the incidents happened? It was like a police state.
You ought to probably tell that if they really want to get some people showing up for their march, they're going to need beautiful Puerto Rican girls. Because one thing, they call it the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I see more black guys there than anything else.
They're the ones with the super soakers and the video cameras.
You guys love Puerto Rican girls.
Who doesn't love a Puerto Rican?
You know what we ought to do if I was one of the big Wall Street places, I'd hire a bunch of Puerto Rican girls to stand up on the Upper West Side. And I bet you they'd end up pulling like 30, 40 people downtown.
Oh, definitely. No, because who does not love a Puerto Rican girl? I go to the parade. I see Italians at the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
That's what I'm talking about. Neil, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
Two things. One, there was a cop convicted last year of shooting an individual.
Yeah, there you go, Earl.
So it wasn't 10 years. I mean, Earl's trying to make it seem much worse. And second, does Earl feel bad that he's going to march right through Fez's new home during this parade?
My home is not the streets, my friend.
Are you sure?
I am sure. When I leave here tonight, I am going back to a home.
Let me see. I'll look this up on the internet. Let's see what Drudge has to say. Homeless man being taunted. It's our own Fez Whatley.
Do not listen. Don't believe everything you see on the Drudge Report.
Finally, you're yelling that out after all these years.
I saw today that robots are going to start getting rights in Great Britain.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So don't believe everything you see there.
Well, my blender's trying to sue me right now because it reads the Drudge Report. John the Cop, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez. Hey!
Yeah. Hey!
Welcome back, boys.
Thank you, my friend. It's great to be here, John.
Listen, I'm looking forward to another beef jerky eating contest with you guys.
Well, why not?
All right, listen, I'll tell you right now, Earl, you're out of your mind, okay? Because this is not L.A., bro. This is not 4,000 or 5,000 policeman force. This is 35,000 strong. Thank God I'm retired because I've come face-to-face with Sharpton and his cronies in a couple protests, and I'll tell you right now, you guys ain't even going to get close to Wall Street. They're going to shut it down. They're going to barricade it. You're not going to get within an earshot. Trust me on this one. They're not going to let it happen. Doomberg, where does he make his money? Wall Street. You think he's going to let you guys get near there?
But even if you get even near the area, it's going to affect that entire area. The bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, I believe the Holland Tunnel's a little bit further, I believe, north. But
what if you put in this much effort into something that's not shutting down the? What if you try to put in this much effort into being positive, Earl?
I think the protest is being positive. You're showing A, your right to protest, and B, that
you keep other people from working.
I don't see it that way at all. I just see it as you got to make a stand somewhere, and if you don't make the stand here, when are you going to do it?
Jake, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. I got to ask, girl, how come you never see any time if a black cop shoots a white guy, you don't see us protesting?
Because it hardly happens, and the case gets wrapped up.
How do you know it doesn't happen? Because it does happen, but it's never reported like it is because of what just happened.
Secretly, a lot of black cops are shooting white guys, Earl. Nobody knows about it.
Where are we going to march? 125th?
No, I ain't going up.
I know. Forget it. I'm staying home.
First of all, I'm not going to get past Amy Ruth's. I'm going to march that, and then you're going to see you're going to see at least one marcher eating chicken and waffles. I will give you this over all else, Earl. This is the best thing in the world. How you thought of using waffles as a side dish blows away everything since meatballs. I only would say spaghetti and meatballs could beat chicken and waffles. It's genius.
You can eat it any time during the day. It's the best side dish.
So a waffle, 24-hour-a-day food for black people.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You can.
Would you have chicken and waffles for breakfast?
Yeah, I definitely would have chicken and waffles for breakfast.
I can't think of chicken as a breakfast meat.
No.
Anything that drops out of a chicken, breakfast meat. You know, eggs I'll eat. Chicken, I'm like, you're too old to be eating at breakfast. I'll eat you a little later on in the day.
How does the community feel about pancakes? Or is it just waffles?
It's waffles, right, Earl?
Definitely waffles. There's a significant difference.
You think they would just like, do you want some chicken and waffles? No, thank you. What else you have? Oh, we have fish and pancakes. Why don't you try that? How about a burger and a scrambled egg? We're trying to mix things up here. How about a steak and some French toast?
Does that come from the first meal of the day, breakfast usually being served later in the afternoon?
I'm having Chinese food and cereal. It's delicious. You have turned food around in this country. Chinese food and cereal. How did it happen, Earl? How did you pull it off?
I don't know. It's just that chicken and waffles thing. It rocks. It totally goes well together.
It really does. And I don't know why white people won't pick it up. They need to. I like to see some chicken and waffles on 57th Street.
It's a nice fried spice there with a sweet taste of a waffle. It's really combining really nice things.
Let me go over here to Tony. Tony, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron and Fez. Love you guys, man.
Thanks, man.
Since the beginning of the year for XM and whatnot. Hey, I got to ask Black Call, though. Is he going to help organize a protest the next time NYPD cop gets shot?
Earl, does that ever bother you when a cop gets shot?
Oh, absolutely. It bothers me when a cop gets shot. But again, there's mechanisms in place that will ensure that there's going to be swift and quick justice for that cop.
You don't believe in internal affairs, then?
I totally believe in internal affairs, but...
Well, why are you worried, then?
But internal affairs always, they go after their own. They met out their own brand of what, if you want to call it justice or punishment. But the courts is a different story. You're asking the courts, and which works very closely with law enforcement with 99.9% of their cases, to convict one of their own. It's very difficult and very rarely going to happen.
Well, who do you want to be in charge of this, then? Al Sharpton? You want Al Sharpton to deal with this?
I'm not saying an Al Sharpton, but maybe it's like a special prosecutor and someone...
What about one of the cooks up at Sylvia's? You let them run down and let them be the DA for the day? I don't understand where you're coming from. Where are we going to go? The Marine Corps?
No, you just need an independent branch to handle cases like this. Special prosecutor.
Cosby.
No, not Cosby, but it's
that's old, Fezzy. I'd rather see Dave Chappelle dealing with it now. Hey, Johnny Moe, you're on 92.3 Free FM. It's the Ron and Fez show. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up with you guys? It's a blast to hear you guys again.
Thanks, man.
How about burritos and grits?
We going with any burritos and grits? You want to open that up? We'll get Spanish and Southern people.
I don't know about the burritos, but I do love me some grits. Grits are the best.
Do you think it was an accident, the chicken and waffles? One of those kind of, you got chicken in my waffle.
You got waffle with my chicken.
It tastes great.
These two taste greats together.
Perhaps.
Let's try to put that together, Earl.
I think it was one of those things where it's like, what do we have to eat? Is there anything in this house?
Right.
Well, we got some of that leftover chicken from last night. Do you have anything to go with it? All I've got is some waffles.
Oh, and then we also put Kool-Aid in the ginger ale. I hope you enjoy it. Patrick, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you?
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Terrestrial Radio. It's Patrick King from Full Blown AIDS.
Thank you, my friend.
I just wanted to warn Earl. I heard, I got some inside track. I think the cops tomorrow are going to be spraying Febreze instead of mace, so you may want to stay home.
Earl faints if he smells Febreze. Is that true, Earl?
Yeah, it gives me this kind of weird reaction to the point where I pretty much pass out.
Here is Ray. Ray, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, how are you guys?
Yeah.
What's the stated reason? What's Sharpton's stated reasons for the protest march?
What is the reason, Earl?
Again, it's just like you attack. Attack's a wrong word, but you're hitting major financial institutions. You're attacking the money.
What is the reason for the protest?
You're attacking the money in the financial institutions. Is that what the stated reason of Sharpton's organization to protest and to march in Wall Street tomorrow?
And they're also protesting the death of Sean Bell, who was killed at his bachelor party when cops fired 50 shots.
But the fact
it's been determined he's been unarmed.
All right, but the fact that Sean Bell was killed is an issue that's before the grand jury, and the grand jury's impaneled, looking at the matter, and hasn't returned any verdict, any decision. So what is there to protest? And what makes Sharpton immune from prosecution for interfering with the commerce and the security of the city, the city's residents, and the country?
Earl, in other words, if you're saying, I'm so upset at what happened over in Queens, I'm going to go shut down Pepsi-Cola for a day. Wouldn't we think that he was crazy?
Well,
because nobody on Wall Street has anything to do with this.
How is it that Sharpton is immune from prosecution for planning and conspiring to cause a disruption of the economy tomorrow?
Well, he's been given a permit. He applied for a permit, and he was granted a permit to protest.
Look, everybody, and we all are as Americans, we're all staunch defenders of our right to free speech, of our right to protest. But when that free speech and that protest crosses the line and disrupts commerce, intentionally, willfully disrupts the security of the residents in the area, the city residents, as well as potentially the nation's security and commerce, those people ought to be prosecuted. What stated reason, what legitimate reason is there for a protest?
Thank you very much for calling, Ray.
You can't defend that.
Well, the city of New York grants and denies permits to protest every single day. And they granted them the right to the permit to protest.
866-313-FREE, 866-313-FREE. It's the Ron and Fez show. We're on 92.3 Free FM. We're now your new nighttime show. We'll be on with you every night of the week, 6 to 9. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, pal?
Pretty good. How are you?
Cool in the gang, my friend.
Good. I want to know what his opinion is, Earl's opinion, on when a black guy kills a black cop and where his support was for the last two detectives who were killed down in Staten Island. And there was another, cop that was killed with a white officer out in the 6-7. Well, what his support is for that.
All right, go ahead, Earl. I'll let you do this. You're getting a little heavy on us, Earl. Trying to have a little fun here tonight. You've turned it into a situation where you're all upset.
No, whoever committed these crimes should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That's it, period. But again, you're dealing with with a cop shooting a civilian, an unarmed civilian. And
all right, this is a good question for you, though. Here's Leader. Leader, you're on Ron and Fez. What do you got for us?
Yeah, I want to know if Earl ever tried oatmeal and pizza.
Oatmeal and pizza, Earl. Do you think that this is something that could take off and be as big as chicken and waffles?
No, I don't think it's going to have that same impact as chicken and waffles.
Are you positive?
I am absolutely positive.
What about Ovaltine and grape soda? Do they go together at all?
No, that'll just turn your stomach into mush.
Now, do you put the syrup on the waffles?
I don't, but some people
You like a nice dry waffle?
A nice dry waffle, yes.
Some people will load it up?
Oh, totally load it up. They drown it.
That's what you need to make it just a little bit more unhealthier.
Well, you know, Fezzy, you're not going to start worrying about the health stuff now, are you?
No, I'm going to try not to.
I've seen you do everything you can do to dodge what's ever healthy in life. So a chicken and waffle, not out of the question for you.
Oh, not at all. And I would have to go with the syrup. I can't have an all-dry waffle.
Yeah, you've got to go that way?
I would have to use the syrup.
Now, what about oatmeal and pizza? Would you mix the two or eat them separately?
I would probably spoon the oatmeal onto the pizza slice, just to get the textures all together.
All right, let's take a break here. Back in just a couple of moments. Plenty more to talk about. First night back on the air in New York City. Ron and Fez, 92.3 Free FM.
Ron and Fez. Ron and Fez. 92.3 Free FM.
This is 92.3 Free FM. Free FM. New York.
To speak eel, to speak whale, starfish.
You unlock this door. It's the Ron and Fez Show. On 92.3 Free FM.
Que eu quero passar, pois o samba está animado. O que eu quero é samba, este samba que é misto de maracatu. É samba de preto veio, samba de preto tudo. Mas que nada, um samba como este tão legal, você não vai querer que chegue no final.
Yeah, it's the Ron and Fez Show. 92.3 Free FM. We're the new guys, 6 to 9 every night now. Fez, this song's got to bring it back a little nostalgia for you.
This is very nice. This brings back a lot of nighttime memories being on the radio in New York City.
If you ever need to email us, it's ronandfez at AOL.com, ronandfez at AOL.com. And check out the website, ronfez.net. I believe there's a listening thread going on right now.
So you can totally be part of that on ronfez.net.
Donald Trump back in the news today. Always a little Donald Trump. By the way, I look up now, Fox has Bill O'Reilly on. He's right now he's complaining about the liberal media and the Christmas controversy. But later on in his show, he'll be taking on homeless shopping spree, where O&A took out Fez Whatley and a number of other homeless people. And you guys all got new shoes, coats, had a great time, right, Fez?
Yeah, okay, we went on a homeless shopping spree, but I wasn't part of the group. I'm not with them, Ron. Mm-hmm. I was on the bus, but I'm not homeless. I just happened to be on the bus with them on the homeless shopping spree.
Well, Fezzy, like they said in the old days, you're either on the bus or you're off the bus, right? It's the electric Kool-Aid acid test with Fez Whatley and O&A. Well, tonight, O'Reilly will be talking about that. Donald Trump back in the news. What exactly for, Fez?
This was with the Miss USA controversy. Tara Conner, Miss USA out of Kentucky, apparently had to face Donald Trump to see if she got to keep her crown. She's been spotted in New York City partying. She failed a drug test. They found cocaine in her system. They said underage drinking.
What's the problem so far? What has this kid done wrong? I think she's been fantastic. Matter of fact, it's the first time I've ever really been crazy about one of these winners.
And they said she was also making out in a bar bathroom with Miss Teen USA.
Thank God. I think she's fantastic. Now, Trump has a problem with that?
Yeah, Trump's worried that this is going to tarnish the image of Miss USA. This woman has an image to uphold, and he was ready to snatch the crown off of her head.
All right, this is what always kills me about this. This is basically women walking around in bathing suits, right?
Right.
How is this any different from spring break? Everything that this girl has done is exactly what she's done at spring break when she won the crown.
Well, the problem with this was she's not supposed to be drinking because she's not 21 yet. Well, I think she actually just turned 21 and had to cancel her birthday party because she had to face the Donald.
All right, hold on. You didn't drink before you were 21?
I did.
Thank you.
But I wasn't representing a nation with my sash and my crown.
No, she's not actually representing a nation. We went and actually voted for a president. We have a vice president. We have senators in Congress. So when it's Miss USA, she's not actually running the USA. She's just a girl with a nice body that won a contest.
So she had to meet with Trump for an hour to see if she got to keep her crown, and he says, yes, you can continue being Miss USA, but you're going into rehab.
We can do this the right way or the wrong, hard way, honey. Maybe if you make Uncle Donald feel a little better about himself.
So she's a 20-year-old woman in rehab.
Here you go. You want to be Miss USA? Take care of the scepter for a while. There you go. All right. Don't forget the peaches. Don't make them feel like orphans.
So hopefully when she... And just bawling. This girl is crying.
I bet she was. That's how she ended up being able to stay there.
Just sobbing. The mascara running worse than when she won the title.
Hey, Greg. Greg, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. How's everything?
We're good, man. We're loving it here.
Yeah, it's good to hear you guys. With the Miss USA, I think this, honestly, she's representing most women, because I'm 23 years old.
Right.
And, most women, American women, are like this. That's why I date women from other cultures and other countries. Cause,
let me guess. Asian women?
This is what we're dealing with. You know what I mean?
What do you date? Asian women that'll walk along 10 feet behind you?
And by date, do you mean higher?
No, I don't mean that. I like a woman that's well-cultured, that doesn't have to go out every night, and that doesn't, participate in the cocaine and the alcohol.
And occasionally will sleep in a little basket at the end of your bed like a puppy dog. Now, what kind of women are you attracted to, Greg?
Honestly, I like a woman that's kind of defined and refined, actually, and it's someone that's going to, be interesting and not always... Because most of the girls...
There's got to be an ethnic background that you're looking for if you don't like American girls.
God. Oh, ethnic background? Yeah. I love the Spanish girls.
All right, so you want a little South American girl who are like, excuse me, mister, I found these.
Yes.
She doesn't know anything about standing up for her life. She doesn't know American culture at all.
Yes.
A lot of the poppy talk.
Yeah. Hi, Poppy. Hi.
They can cook, they can clean.
I have a lot of friends the same way. They're not comfortable dating American women. They love to date foreign women. Some of my friends very, very into Asians. Other friends into the South American. You want a woman basically who's just excited that how to get hot food. It's not so much where they're from in the world, but that they are impressed with less. A woman that's very, very happy that you have running water. So she's all like, what do you call these? Oh, that's a toilet, honey. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. So that every time your house looks like cribs, no matter what it is to her.
She's got to be impressed if you take her home and you're the only one living there.
Yeah.
That there's not 12 others.
And our own East Side Dave here has never really dated an American girl. He's more European, right? You got a French girlfriend.
That's right. I started off with an Irish person, and that was nice. She was from Galway. Then I went to the fine state of England, and that was great. And now I have someone born in France.
So basically for you, European women.
Yeah, I like the Europeans. They have a class, a sort of mystery and charm.
And for some reason, they get impressed with you in a way that American women won't.
Oh, no, yeah. Americans think, probably ugly, the looks, not a lot of cash either for the Americans. They like to be taken out and given flowers and whatnot.
So you cannot impress one of these uppity American girls.
Uppity is the word, yeah. I got to take them out to movies and this and that. Whereas the Europeans, hey, I can get them a $2 video at the rental store.
Right. I have friends like that with Asian girls where these girls will get so impressed with them that they're not able to go back to American girls anymore. 866-313-FREE. That's the telephone number. 866 313-FREE. Hey, Doug, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Boys, welcome back to New York.
God bless you for saying so. We appreciate it, sir.
Hey, listen, one thing that you guys might have been missing when I was reading the papers on this was she's also rooming with, if I'm not mistaken, the Miss Teen USA.
Right. They're both living over at Trump's place around the corner from us right now.
Hey, maybe they're loving it up together and partying out together, you know? Who knows?
But again, that is like most young American girls now. They get a little bi-curious. They're excited. Some of them just kiss other women just to turn on guys.
And what's wrong with that when you think about it?
What I'm saying is, what's wrong with Trump? He doesn't see this as a positive.
I'll watch it.
All right. Thank you very much, Doug. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Like the New York Yankees have the farm team. Donald Trump has the Miss America pageant. You know what I mean? I think this is his next wife he's cultivating.
So you think he likes to keep them young? He gets them when they're like 20, tries to make them perfect. By the time they hit 26, he's ready to move them upstairs.
He hears that this girl's going out on the town and kissing girls. He wasn't going to cut ties with this one.
I want to see you in my office immediately.
Yeah, let me see the pictures of what you've done. Show me your panties that you were wearing that night. You disgust me. Look, let's smell this. And he just makes her put it over her face like a gas mask.
No, Donald, no.
Let me go. Oh, it's our buddy Irish Alkie. Alkie, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, pal?
Hey, buddies. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Alkie. What's up, pal?
Say hi to Solera.
Hi.
Oh, that was hot.
Yeah, that was hot.
I just wanted to say that dating a foreign girl can sometimes be a lot of fun, no matter how many children she has and no matter how fertile she is.
No, your problem is this, though. She's too Americanized.
She's not too Americanized, though. She grew up on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. She's got a little bit of spunk in her.
But that's still, she knows America. She stands up for herself. I'm talking about a foreign girl who, like, when you hit on air conditioning, she looks at you like you're a god. Like somehow you've changed the weather.
Right off the boat.
Well, she's not homeless, so...
Yeah.
That's how Fez reacts when you turn on the air conditioning.
Yeah, he does.
I am not homeless, and I don't see why we have to keep revisiting this.
But if Fez turned on the air conditioning, all he would see is money blowing out. He's a little bit on the cheap side.
My English girl went nuts for the electric garage door opener. She was just totally freaked out that you could press a button and the thing would go up.
You should have put that on your zipper and just had it going up and down.
Well, the British have those little Mr. Bean cars that they can just take inside with them under their arms.
Oh, what happened? You drop a kid over there?
No, he gave me the phone. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Good
Hi,
to hear you.
Solera. How are you, darling?
I'm good. I'm hungover. I've been drinking since Friday and going to work every day.
You know what? You may occasionally want to take a day off drinking.
That's what I should do. I need a vacation from drinking. I'm hoarse. I can barely open one eye.
You know what? Let's go to rehab. I can get you a 40-day vacation. Let me see the stuff from work. We might be able to give you a little vacation.
The Miss USA suite.
Yeah. All right, let me just go find a pen and paper, and I'll take down all the information for my cruise. It's a cruise, right?
Yeah, it's a crew. All right, honey.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Best butt in the business. Is that what I have to say here now?
Yes. That is more than acceptable.
That I can't say the rest of it?
You'll probably get dumped out, yes.
You know, so far I've done pretty well, Fuzzy. I'm slightly proud of myself.
I'm proud of you, unless it's just the fact where I haven't noticed and you've just been going off all night and we haven't even paid attention to it.
I would hate that. I know we have Stifler in the other room, and I told him, I said, just stay on top of me. Just, even if it sounds good, censor me.
He's been doing a phenomenal job. Just the Snoogans.
Only Snoogans so far?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Shauna, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, how you doing?
We're okay, darling. What's up with you?
Nothing much. I just can't even believe the guys that are calling up. I mean, if you do not want to date American women, get out of America. You know, we're a civilized culture. We're used to having lots of things. And if you can't deal with a woman that wants that, then leave. You know, I have a friend's father that has 3 marriages in South America in 3 different countries. You know, that's sick. It's real sick. And if that's what you're looking for, then, you know, you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't enjoy the privileges we have.
All right, let me try to defend them for a while, okay, Shauna? You got to understand that for a guy's dream girl, right, is going to look at him like he's done something well. And most guys can't achieve a real lot. Let's face it. Most of us.
I'm sorry. Going to McDonald's and buying a cheeseburger and putting hot meals on their plate, like you said before, is not doing well. I mean, if you want
but see, that's the thing. Why would you want to work hard, try to become a captain of industry, when you come back from McDonald's, you open up the bag, and you just see this little Cambodian woman who's like, oh, my God, there's hot food in bag. She's just so excited.
American girls want the world.
Yeah.
They want everything.
Why be a CEO of a nice company and make millions when you could be a manager of McDonald's? You're arguing the same case here.
Well, not really. The thing is, not there's only.
I'm a manager at a nice restaurant. You know,
you're impressed by money, right? You want nice things, right?
Listen, I'm not impressed by money, but money makes the world go round.
All right.
I have a guy that's bringing home McDonald's. You know, it's the only person you're going to impress is that girl. Your parents are going to be embarrassed of you. Their parents are going to be embarrassed. Your friends are going to be embarrassed.
All right, but let's say this. You're going to be excited if you saw something like a big diamond necklace, right? You would be happy and think this guy loves me.
Pearl in her case.
Right, all right, pearl necklace. Would this, and if you could just show a woman, a little Cambodian woman, some kind of pocket mirror going, oh, look at this. She can't believe, my reflection, that's me in mirror. And if she's excited, that's a good thing.
Listen, it might be a good thing, but it's a sick thought. The fact that you're laughing, everyone knows it's a joke. It's a joke when you have a woman like that in your life, especially if she's probably going to be under 18.
No. A lot of these women can come over here 30. They still haven't seen a train. They somehow get overly excited. You can understand how a guy could fall for that, right?
Like I said, I have my friend's father, who I'm not mentioning, has 3 wives in South America. None of them speak English, and they're all his wives, okay?
Beautiful.
He comes to the Dominican Republic all the time, and then he brings them there, he fancies them up, whatever, sends them back, you know, and he takes turns. That's sick, you know, and...
Is it sick, or is it international relations?
Is it sick, or is it international relations?
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing if you want to have international relations, fine. But if you're trying to meet a girl, I mean, these guys that are coming on the air, they really have problems. They obviously are big losers. They had no friends in high school. And
see, this is not what a guy wants to hear when he gets home at night. You're a big loser, just like in high school. He wants to come home with a Cracker Jack box and have the woman not be able to believe it and wear it around her neck like a necklace.
Well, then you know what? That's the type of guys that are calling up, and that's fine. You know what? But you're not going to be respected. You bring home women like that. Don't expect to get respect from your friends. Don't expect to get respect from your parents saying, hey, Mom, look, I got an international wife here who's 18, and she's impressed by my Cracker Jack box. Okay? Then that's fine. Do that, but...
Maybe he should only start hanging around with Cambodian people. Maybe he goes, and I mean deep into the jungles, not on the outskirts, but really deep into the jungles. Thanks for calling, Shauna. It's the brand new show right here on Free FM. It's Ron and Fez. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Fez Watley.
Hiya, buddies. Shauna sounded really nice.
Yeah, she did sound like a lot of fun. And I'm sure a certain guy could impress her. But let's face it, it's not most guys aren't going to be able to pull this off.
It's too difficult. American, they want more. You can't satisfy these American broads.
Yeah.
Enough already with the materialism. My English broad, I showed her my Game Boy one time. Yeah. And she was like, no, I can take Tetris wherever I go.
Wait a minute, wait.
Yeah, that's what she sounded like.
All right, we're talking to East Side Dave. Now, were you dating a girl from England or Victorian England? I mean, did you pick her up in a time machine?
No, that's exactly how she was from Shepherd's Bush, and she was like, let's go to the park, Dave. I can bring Mario Brothers now with your Game Boy. All
right, that voice alone would turn me off.
Was she a nanny with a big umbrella that flew?
Juliana, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi. I just want to let you know you guys are a little misguided.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually half Japanese. And,
oh, my God. What happened to the rest of you?
It got Hispanic.
Oh, okay. I thought there was an accident, Fezzy.
Hiroshima, something.
Yeah. I guess
how old are you?
Sometimes happens. What I wanted to say, though, is that I used to run a bar, and a lot of the women who went there were Asian. Mm-hmm. And they're incredibly greedy and very, about the labels. Louis Vuitton, Gucci.
Yeah, we're not looking for those kind of women. We're looking for a country version of those women. You want them as, like, you want to go to, the Tennessee version of that country. Because you used to be able to pull this off in America. You could go find some hayseed out in the Midwest and go, look, that's the Brooklyn Bridge. My uncle bought it for me. And she would believe it. And guys used to love that. And they would keep her barefoot and pregnant and have a great time with her. But now everybody has TV. Everybody in this country has the internet. And all the women out there, the American women, know that you're a loser. And who wants to deal with it?
The girl that's going to take to you is the one. It's only going to take a little bit of pocket change. That's it. If you have some coins in your pocket, she's all set for you, the foreign girls.
All right. Here's our friend Frenchie. How you doing, French?
Hi, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, darling.
Hi. You guys are absolutely right. I am looking for the same type of woman you are, the one that knows nothing, and I can take advantage of her, and she thinks that it is the right thing to do to be with a woman.
All right. I know that you enjoy being with women, right? But you like being there first. Am I correct?
Yeah, I like that, but I also like being dominated by another woman, too. Like, I like them to, control me and show me what to do.
Is that right?
Yeah, but I also do like, being the first one to turn a woman onto women, other women.
She's so exciting. And French, I believe. French bread pizza.
Yes.
So you basically are looking for the same kind of woman that we're looking for.
Exactly. So you're absolutely right. And that annoying girl that called, she's very annoying, and I hope
Shanna.
she calls back. Whoever it was, her voice made my ears bleed, and I couldn't stand her.
All right, very good.
Calls back.
Very good point you came up with there, Frenchie. It's it goes to show you if you're bisexual or a lesbian, you're probably looking for the same kind of girl that a guy's looking for. A girl that's easily impressed.
I call him right off the turnip truck.
Yeah.
That's what I says. I have a little phrase.
A woman who, will sit there and watch you play Madden and just be like, I can't believe it. You're beating the Colts and you're using the Texans. This is and she's eating popcorn and she's all excited about it.
And just thrilled to be indoors.
Right. She can't believe it's raining outside and my head is dry. Now, you used to be able to get that woman in America. No more. Can't happen.
No, not since 1965, 64.
That's right. You could go to Bug Tussle now, and these women know everything from their TV, from the Internet. You really do need to move it around. Russian girls got big for a while, but I'm going to tell you right now, they seem like they're catching on awful fast. It's really driving me crazy.
It's that darn women lib, I just wish we get a time machine and just stop all that nonsense.
First of all, if you got a time machine, those pants would make sense. Aaron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm liking you already.
Thanks.
I gotta say, you guys are mistaken with the foreign women. You guys were just saying it. For the most part, you give them about a year, 6 months around there.
Right.
They're American women anyway. They're asking for the rings. They're asking for everything that American women ask for.
Oh, they'll assimilate, sure.
So it's like
You got to keep moving all the time. Yeah. You never get complacent in this world. You got to keep going around and around. If there is you ever notice they'll discover some new tribe that's been cut off from the rest of the world, National Geographic will do a story on them. I am immediately attracted to those women. I don't care how long their breasts are, the fact that there's a giant pie plate in their lip. I find them fascinating. Just fascinating.
Well, there's probably some kind of mystery to them.
I want a woman just combing her hair with a fishbone, just sitting there as dumb as can be. I want her to think that there's thunder gods. I just don't want her thinking too much.
They see TV cameras and everything. Nothing affects them. But a match, man, that'll all of a sudden just change the world.
Yeah, show up with a lighter and the whole play. Her and her sister are like, can we both be with you? Here's our friend Gorilla Bob. Gorilla Bob, how are you, my friend?
I'm great, boys. Number 21087 here.
There you go, pal. And you believed when no one else did. What can we do for you tonight, Bob?
I'm wondering, why is Donald the Donald. Why is he discouraging this behavior? This is behavior that we should all be encouraging in our women.
I got news for you. When I heard this story, Fez was telling us a couple of moments ago, Donald Trump mad at Miss USA that he owns, I guess, right?
Yeah, he owns the pageant, so he's dragging Tara Conner, Miss USA, into his office saying...
Wasn't she the one that the Terminator was after?
That's Sarah Connor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Tara Conner, she's been out boozing, got caught making out with Teen Miss USA, failed drug tests, failed sobriety tests, so now he threatened to take her crown away unless she went into rehab. This is because the Donald now can come in as the knight on his white stallion.
I disagree. I think Donald Trump, half gay. I don't think he's all the way gay, but I think you get a woman like this and you're trying to change her? I don't understand it.
He does have that kind of gayish hair.
Thank you. Thank you for finally being on my side.
Well, no, I just wanted to point out when you said something correct.
What'll be nice is to keep an eye on this Miss USA now in the next year while the rest of her reign, because she sounds like she could go off in a heartbeat.
Well, the next 40 days she's in rehab, right?
Yeah, I think, she's probably got to do that long.
Well, how long does she, keep her crown from this point on?
And then I think the next pageant's probably like next September or something like that.
Yeah. So, maybe 2 more trips in and the whole thing will be over. And it's not like the world is going to change because Miss USA... First of all, it's not even Miss America, right?
Right, it's Miss USA.
That's the real title. Miss USA is like hearing, hey, did you hear I'm the NWA champion? No one really cares about that.
Miss California was willing to jump in a heartbeat.
It's not the real Miss California, though. It's Miss California USA. Johnny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, even worse than American girls is the subculture of Jersey girls.
Right. They expect a lot, Jersey girls.
Yeah.
They are truly ruthless. I travel the country, and actually I travel the world, and the more you travel, the more you realize how awful Jersey girls are. There's the horrendous subculture of how they like their nails and their cars. There's like 50 nail salons on a block in Jersey for a good reason.
So you're saying out of all the superficial women in America, and we probably have to be the most superficial country on earth, Jersey girls at the top of that heap.
Oh, especially that screaming banshee that was on like 4 calls ago.
Yeah.
Shanna.
She's horrible. There's like my friends go to Hong Kong, and I've been there a lot too.
I love them over there.
And they you go out and you meet Filipino maids, and they're called take-homes. They call them take-homes.
Right.
Because they're little packages that you take home. It's fabulous.
And do you have to help them in the basket, or they get in there themselves?
No, they get right into the basket. Unlike Jersey girls, Jersey girls want you to buy a gold basket.
Right, that ain't going to happen. You want to head up. So where, in your opinion, the best women on the planet?
Actually, in Moscow are the most mind-bogglingly gorgeous women that ever met in the world.
This is what I hate. During the Cold War, they brainwashed us into thinking that Russian women were these big, broad, disgusting women. The minute that wall came down, and all of a sudden that Russian girls come over here, they are leading the hottest blonde chicks on the planet right now.
Oh, they're just absolutely gorgeous over there.
Yeah, you didn't see one unibrow around them.
The only problem is they'll kill you in a heartbeat.
That is very true.
They see something nice, they'll shoot you in the brain over it. There's
They'll poison us.
Yeah, God bless them. There's something about them that they feel no sense of remorse. I don't know whether it's because they were raised in a godless state, but they will kill you for your sneakers.
And whenever you go into a strip club, they're usually the best-looking broad there.
Right.
And it's frustrating as a patriotic American like myself to then hear the Russian accent and everything like that. I get upset.
$5. That whole thing.
$5 with an ugly guy like me. It's $35.
Really? $35 you're paying?
For a lap dance, yeah.
$35 for a lap dance?
For me. Like I said, if they're a good-looking guy...
What do you got, a humpback?
$20.
You got a $15 ugly charge?
Yeah, I usually have a surcharge of about $15.
I'm going to pay it. Don't even bring it up. Just pay it.
You're getting off easy, my friend.
92.3 Free FM. It's the brand new night show. This is not a tryout, folks. We are here. We appreciated the fact you guys given us wall-to-wall calls the entire time tonight. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Fez Whatley.
Hiya, buddies.
Black Earl Douglas with us, the legend in New York radio. He's our producer.
Hello, everyone.
And also from New Jersey, we'll be using East Side Dave. I do need to point this out. Thanks to Pitsy and Bronx Johnny running our phones tonight. They're our guys. We'll take a break, right back, and we'll end up the show, Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, weeknights 6 to 9 on Free FM.
FreeFM.com.
Yeah, I didn't know who a lot of those, and I don't know a lot.
Right.
Ron and Fez.
I don't
judge for yourself.
Right.
It's a new show here on Free FM.
It's the Ron and Fez Show, 92.3 Free FM nights, every night of the week now. We just watched some of the O'Reilly as he takes on homeless shopping spree in O&A. No Fez Whatley in the video, but we did say our own Black Earl Douglas.
Yeah, somehow I ended up in one of the video.
How's it feel now, Earl? Not so funny.
Yeah.
I was just an innocent bystander. It wasn't right.
And what was Fez?
Fez was he was a participant. He had a number on there. He was number 10.
We're going to be with you every night of the week. Now, since next week is Christmas, a lot of people have been asking for this for actually quite some time. Earl's been working on this while we've been going through the back and forth negotiations over the last couple of weeks. Earl, you've been putting together some best ofs of the old NEW days.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some of this stuff is going back a couple of years, but it's really kind of captures the essence of what the show was about back on WNEW. Some great materials on
We'll hear Al Dukes before he got into management, some Billy Staples. Any Joe Poo in there?
Yes, there is some Joe Poo in there.
Any of the old characters?
You might, see a return of Kenny Allen, and just it's going to be a little bit of everything from the.
I love that Black Girl.
So, if you really want to get up to speed with the show, a lot of cool stuff next week, and we're going to be here with you every night now on 92.3 Free FM. Here's our buddy, Foundry Music, Jeff. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm a star.
Oh, yeah. I did see you on O'Reilly. Were you proud of that?
I'm a shining star.
Now, you also made the Drudge stuff that went on Fox and, I guess, WABC, because you were part of Fez Whatley's group.
You know it. If you want to call me for an interview, my number is, you can email me, jeff@foundrymusic.com. Ready for interviews.
See, some people, they don't care why they get on TV, just the fact that they're on TV. That's all they care about. All right, thanks, Jeff.
No problem.
Peace.
He's so excited, he's silly.
Yeah, he is a little silly. Hey, it's our friend Shelly Bank. How you doing, Shelly?
Hey, guys. How are you? Welcome back.
Thank you very much, darling. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good. Actually, you know what? I'm a little upset.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit upset. I heard some guy saying all Jersey girls are materialistic and they have to get their nails done and their hair is, like 8 feet tall?
Right.
No. I'm none of that. I'm 100% Jersey girl, down to earth. All I look for in a guy is just that he's, very good looking, but I don't care about the money part.
So all this Jersey girl is looking for, you want to stay humble, but the guy does have to be good looking.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't lie. They got to look good.
Now, I heard a little rumor the other day that you dropped your boyfriend Snookins. I heard this actually from Eastside Dave, and you picked up with one of my interns, The Flash.
All right. First of all, Snookins and I were together, but we decided to go our separate ways in May.
Because of that whole you need a good-looking guy thing.
I heard, does the phrase "dumped him like a bad habit" mean anything to you? 'Cause
No,
that's what I heard.
dropped him like a bad habit.
Well,
dumped him like a hot potato.
Okay.
But yours doesn't make any sense at all, Dave.
All right, but basically you got rid of him quite quickly and abruptly, is what I was trying to convey.
I would not say that. I mean, unless you're counting my rebound in dog years, considering your relationships, Dave.
Oh!
What does that mean?
You know what it means, the dog situation you had.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there was that little situation with the dog, but, we don't need to bring that up.
All right, Shelley.
Did.
Thank you very much, darling.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There she goes. A nice Jersey girl, Fez.
Yeah, that seems kind of like an oxymoron. She's probably a nice girl from a nice family.
All right, it's weird. The first night back at work, and tonight is the Free FM Christmas party. Are you going to head, Fez, to an office party? First night of work, heading out to an office party?
Yeah, it's really nice timing. So as soon as the show's done here, I'm going right to the Free FM Christmas party.
Personally, there's nothing worse than an office Christmas party as far as I'm concerned. There can only be trouble. You don't want to be anywhere that your boss is either going to cry or throw up or get in a fist fight. It is always trouble at these things. And I remember this one place I used to work. You had to go if you wanted to get the free Christmas turkey. And I love the idea of a free Christmas turkey. There's something about it that's just perfect. So you had to sit there. He gets hammered, and then he wanted to hand each employee a turkey as he told you from the bottom of his heart that he wished he could have done more for you because you've given so much.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice. It was very low rent and sweet.
I had the situation where went to the Christmas party, office Christmas party. The boss's wife is there. She gets so drunk, she starts throwing up.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much the host. It's his company. And he's got to deal with stuff, and yet everyone else kind of has to rally around and try to get the missus out of the place because she's puking.
Did you get a turkey?
Yeah, we used to get a turkey.
I love getting a turkey.
Yeah.
I wish they would give us a turkey at this place.
Never a really big turkey.
Yeah.
Like a 10, 12-pounder maybe.
Yeah.
But you got a nice turkey anyway.
Yeah, even if it's a little something nosh on. Hey, Don, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. One Christmas I got a side of beef as a bonus.
A side of beef? I'd go out of my mind. You know what? I would have loved to have lived in the days before money, where you just traded these things, because I think the thrill would be amazing.
Yeah, no. It was an excavating company, and we had cows on the farm.
Yeah.
That was our bonus, a whole side of beef all butchered up.
All right, 866-313-FREE. 866-313-FREE. What about for you, Earl? I know you've worked at a lot of different radio stations.
Well, we had a situation where at the company Christmas party, our then GM got kicked out of the party that he threw and ended up, before they threw him out, he had to pay for it because he had to put it on the company card. And he got into a fight with the current boyfriend of his ex-girlfriend in front of his current girlfriend. He didn't know that none of whom knew they were fooling around at all.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the radio business, that it's not really all that corporate. You've got the money of corporate people, but it's still being run like it was a mafia situation.
So it was right before they're literally kicking him out, and they were like, wait a minute, you got to pay for this thing. So he's fighting to stay at the party. He has to put the corporate card up. And he the second they cashed him out, they threw him out literally onto the street. It was unbelievable.
Well, I guess no bonuses anymore. It's very rare to pick up food bonuses. Some places, if you work in sales, tend to have that end-of-the-year bonus deal. But most places, they're too cheap for it.
Yeah, you're not going to get the certificate for a honey-baked ham or something like that anymore.
Angelo, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Big-ass card holder 25157.
Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, I work for UPS, and we give every single loader, unloader, on every single shift a turkey every year for Christmas.
Beautiful.
Some of these guys don't want it, though. They want, I don't want an effing turkey, this, that, and the other.
They're
Yeah,
annoying.
I guess a lot of single guys don't like a turkey. I will always take a turkey from any place. I'd rather have it than cash. I like the idea you're coming home like Jacob Marley. You got a turkey over your shoulder. You feel like you've done something with your life.
It was very interesting when I took home the turkey. When we used to get it as a Christmas bonus, it felt so good, like I had brought home meat, like I was almost like a great white hunter out there.
Well, you finally did in your life, because you've never hunted, right?
Never. I went once when I was a kid, shot the gun once, didn't like it, went and sat in the truck. Couldn't stand being out there.
You went and sat in the truck with a bad uncle. And that's how you spent your night.
It was awful being out there in the woods. I ended up with chiggers.
Big A, you're on Ron and Fez. And Fez, I got Earl here. I don't want you to be racist.
White people are so scared of black people.
Chiggers.
What I tell you already. We're marching tomorrow, and I don't want any trouble at all. Look who it is, Fezzy, the coolest guy we know, Big A. Big A, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
And homeless Fez, I'm doing great.
Oh! Don't you start with me tonight, Big A. First night on Free FM, and I'm enjoying it.
He is your nemesis, Fez. He's Big A. He's the guy everybody's crazy about.
See, I don't understand that. I don't understand why Big A is so cool for the room, that everyone else thinks he's so cool.
All right, Big A, how you spending the night tonight? Did you watch O'Reilly do the piece on O&A?
Yeah, definitely. I just finished watching it, and I just wanted, honestly, I just wanted to give congrats to you two, being back on FM.
Thank you very much, my friend. That's very cool of you to say.
Everyone has said that tonight.
Yeah, but not the way he has.
Well, that's for sure.
Hey.
That's true. All right, we'll talk to you later, all right, my friend?
Take care. Have a great night.
Take care.
Bye, Big A.
Big A.
866-313-FREE, 866-313-FREE. Just enjoying our brand new studio that they've put together here and hanging out. We've got a view of, looks like 56th and 6th. It's just a fantastic place to sit back. This has got to be the most beautiful studio I've ever worked in my life, Fez.
It's really, really nice. It's nice being in here. We got all set up and everything. Enjoying this a whole lot. Yoko Ono's chauffeur was indicted on extortion charges. He was trying to hold her up for $2 million, or else he was going to release revealing photos of her and private phone conversations.
You know what? I'd send him $2 million if I didn't have to look at revealing photos of Yoko Ono. How much for you not to throw the world these pictures?
He only wanted $2 million for it.
I think it's well worth it. I'd like to see the city or the country invest in keeping these things off the market.
So this is his chauffeur, and his lawyers are claiming he was overworked, he was sexually harassed by Yoko, and even had to tuck her in at night.
Well, so he's gone down. Now, he's a foreign guy too, right?
Yeah, I believe he's a Russian.
I thought he was a Turk. Do you still say Turk for Turkish people?
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah.
Is he a Turk?
Yeah, he was Turkish.
Yeah, he was a hot young Turk that was making things happen over there.
Now, for some reason, his nickname is Coco. So we had Coco and Yoko. I guarantee you, this man growing up in Turkey was not called Coco by his friends. This is something that he just picked up around Yoko.
Here's what I think happened. He couldn't say Yoko properly. He kept saying, Coco, we drive the car. Coco, we drive the car. So they started calling him Coco.
Yeah, it's this must have been a great conversation between the Turk and Yoko Ono. I don't see how anything got done.
All right, so bad Christmas for the Turkish Coco this year. Not happening for him. Hey, Maria. Maria, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm a nurse, and we had our Christmas party, and our boss decided to give all the nurses palm readings, and she was trashed. And the palm readings were telling all the other nurses their negative, all the bad things that they do.
You know, these Christmas parties only go from bad to worse. At the most, It's bad food, bad music, and at the worst, people get so drunk they end up fighting with each other, or, God forbid, hooking up. And now you're stuck with that for the rest of the year. Hey, Troy, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, pal?
I'm so good to hear you guys on the air again. Big-ass card holder 4540.
All right. I got to tell you, it is a thrill for us to be here tonight on 92.3 Free FM.
Yes, it is. You know something? I was listening to you talk about the bonus turkeys and everything. And out of all the corporate offices, all the restaurants, and all the clubs I've worked at, the only place that ever gave me a turkey was a strip club that I used to DJ at called Stonehenge out in Long Island.
So the strip club would come through for you, and nobody else would?
Not a thing. Except for the best party I ever had when I worked at A&M Records. I got so drunk, and I was an intern, and then I did a split, and I'm 320 pounds. And my instructor gave me an A after he saw me do that. So that's
what a character this guy must be at every single time coming out there. It is funnier, though, the bigger the place, the cheaper they are. A smaller place that you work for, those people get to know you. You really are more like part of their family. They think about you at Christmas. A big corporation, they just throw you the party, and then they go, this year we ought to have Secret Santa. Secret Santa? You're a multi-billion-dollar business. Why don't you give everybody a car?
Secret Santa. I always get some knucklehead with my name. I don't think I've ever gotten a good Secret Santa gift.
Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Ron and Fez, what's up? Big-ass card holder 7480 from a long time ago.
Way to go old school, my friend.
What's going on? I work for a big cable company. I did anyway. Now I'm a New York City fireman. But I got 5 free pay-per-view movies and a beach chair. A beach chair.
That's the free stuff that's coming into the cable company, the promotional items. They're like divvying them up for the employees.
Hey, who wants a Porky's 5 poster? Help yourself to it.
Good to hear you guys on the radio, all right? Have a Merry Christmas.
See you on the radio, my friend.
Merry Christmas, Chris.
Ron and Fez show. We are the brand new guys here. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Fez Whatley having a terrific time with you tonight. Black Earl Douglas. Earl, do you think you'll be back tomorrow?
Oh, I plan on it. I love being here.
Not too much for you between this and the other?
No, not at all. Getting my second wind, actually.
It all depends on how the march goes tomorrow if he comes back.
Don't go to that march, Earl, please.
I'll fight the power.
Zach, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's going on, guys? Good to hear you again.
Thank you, my friend.
So, talking about Christmas parties, I got really drunk at my Christmas party that day and cursed out all the executives.
Never a good idea. What were you cursing at them for?
But not paying me enough.
So you get really hammered, you go back. Now, are you nervous about going back in January after this?
No, I saw them today.
No problems?
No, they all laughed at me and told me I was an idiot.
You know, they say in Japan, I don't know what it is, because the people drink so much and they can handle it so little that they take it into advisement during the manager's training program that when your employees get drunk, they are going to yell at you, maybe try to hit you, pass out, wet themselves, whatever. And it's considered best that when Monday rolls around to act like none of it ever happened. So there's no lot of, oh, you should have seen you the other night. I can't believe the mess you are. You keep it to yourself.
That's very honorable. It's a nice safety valve, I guess. You let them blow off some steam and some puke and scream at you, and maybe you won't get a sword in your back the rest of the year.
Larry, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
DIC holder 338, buddies.
What do you say, my friend?
Hoo-ah! All right, I work for a newspaper that serves about 300,000 people a day, and our Christmas bonus is a $50 ShopRite gift card.
A ShopRite gift card, Fez.
All right, I don't know how much fun you're going to have with that one. Pick up some toothpaste and mouthwash for yourself.
Wouldn't it be better off just to give someone $50? It's like, here's money, but you have to spend it at ShopRite. Can you actually even turn that around? Now, Earl, this booth that the boys work in, and I don't know whether you guys, I can hear them perfectly. I feel like I'm in there with them.
I just heard them just now.
And they're not they're not being rowdy boys. They're just being normal.
I'm just wondering if the door isn't getting shut tight or something.
Was that a problem with the door?
No, we're pulling that door as hard as we can.
All right, Pitsy, just yell something. Don't even talk into the mic. Just yell something. I can hear him fine. Can you?
I can hear him perfectly.
Wait, so much for the soundproof.
Just yell out, Fez is a moron. Yeah, do that every once in a while during the show.
I heard that.
Yeah. Could you hear this? Fez is a moron.
Yes, I could hear that. You have a microphone.
Then I better stop shouting it.
Yes, and you're in the same room with me.
Ah. All right, what about this if I write it on here and hold it up?
Yes, I can see it. It's right in front of my face.
Oh, all right.
Fez is a moron.
A lot of stuff you got to learn first night here. Don't yell stuff out. Don't write up the signs.
Please.
Paul, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
BAC holder 3644, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that guy with the ShopRite gift card, $50.
Yeah.
I got half of that this year.
You got a $25 ShopRite gift card?
Everybody in my company got it.
Now, what kind of work do you do?
I work for the New Jersey affiliate of Muzak.
And you have to say to them, look, do you honestly think this $25 ShopRite card is going to make my Christmas? This is what I'm looking for?
It made me jolly and happy. What can I tell you?
Oh, I would go out of my mind. I might actually lose it. Here is Danny. Danny, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Yeah.
Good to hear you back in New York. Big ass card holder 1502 calling.
Thank you very much. It's so great to hear from all you folks tonight.
Oh man. Well, from two big managers, I got 2 gift cards, about $25 each. One for Barnes & Noble, which is okay. But the other one is for an eatery called Au Bon Pain, where all, like, the union guys got $50. I would have just liked the $50, but hey, that's the big corporation thing, as we all been saying. That's the way it's gone.
They do not only not do things well, they do them just awful.
There must be a discount when you go to one of these companies and say, hey, give me a ton of these gift cards.
Well, what would you do if you were ShopRite? I'd be selling those $20 gift cards for about $8 a piece. Well, I got to tell you, folks, we had a lot of fun tonight. And this isn't a tryout like you hear every once in a while here on Free FM. This is the real show. Ron and Fez, we're going to be with you now, except in those occasions when there's a basketball game or a hockey game. Occasionally we'll do a short show.
Some sort of conflict there.
But we appreciate you guys. Welcome us back to town. Do us a favor. Get the word out. Let everybody know we're back. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, right after the radio check. We are the Ron and Fez Show.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Ron and Fez. 92.3 Free FM.